You're my special friend. Can everyone say hi to my friend?
Back from the dead.
Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood master chaos back with you once again. Oh my God, it's the aftermath. Black Friday 2021 boutique Blu-ray aftermath. I'm excited. I know you are as well, and I hope you'll be joining me tonight to discuss the fallout. I'm not talking alone, though. I will be talking to a panel of illustrious guests. You know them, you love them, I love them. Let's introduce them officially for the first time on a full live. Hopefully, if things go well. My brother from another mother, Brother Chaos.
Hey guys, how is everybody doing out there?
Buddy, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here.
No problem. Glad to be here.
And I know everybody's very excited to chat with you. So I'm looking forward to hearing all the love sent your way. Another brother from another mother. You know him, you love him, Mr. Cult of Cinema, Aaron Pin.
Hey there.
How you doing,
It's
buddy?
still good to be back, man.
Oh, you know what? It's such an honor always to chat with you and to have you here. And I know we plan to do a whole bunch of stuff for Halloween, but stuff gets busy.
The world went crazy. I know. Yeah.
So we've got to come up with some more collabs. We got to figure something out for 2022 and just do like if we can make a consistent collab thing, I think that would make my year.
That'll be awesome.
Okay, let's introduce Mr. Tony of the Dead, who joined me for the epic 7-hour live stream. Back, he has survived. How are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm excited, and I'm pumped. Like my heart is beating and like faster than normal, which is a good thing, I guess. I'm just really excited to talk about sales, and I just fucking love movies so much. So, and I'm honored to have you guys here to chat film and to specifically delve into what was released for Black Friday. And let me check in with the chat real quick, and then we'll get right to it. Fed78 says, "What's up, guys?" Hello, sir.
Hey, Fed.
Jim Power says, "Brother Chaos in the house."
Oh, Jim, glad you're going to join us.
Barrett says, "Hi, Brother Chaos. Hi, Aaron." And then Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
I says, "Hello, legends." That's far too kind, but thank you.
Hello.
Trainer DC says, "What's up, MC? It's sexy Sunday, I guess so. Yeah, okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it." All right. Before we sort of dive into the websites themselves, I just want to get a consensus of everybody's thoughts for the 2021 sale in general. You can mention labels if you want, but I'm just sort of curious just to take the temperature of the room as to how we feel about this Black Friday. To me, I'll just say mine real quick. I feel it almost felt like the energy was a little deflated, and I'm not sure if it's because the titles announced weren't exactly off the charts kind of things that blew people's minds, or what. But a lot of the stuff that we thought would sell out hasn't sold out, and a lot of the stuff that did sell out kind of surprised a lot of people. So there were some surprises, but I feel it's definitely not as. And just from reading other forum posts and Facebook and stuff, it feels like a lot of people feel a little bumped out by this sale. I don't know if it's just me or not, or just a handful of people, but that's just my read on the situation. Let's start with Tony. Tony, what sort of been your takeaway from this sale?
I'm a little lukewarm. I'm not like blown away by anything, but I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing them, getting them and everything. But yeah, I don't know. Every time there's the secret ones, and I'm just like, it's never anything. It's either I didn't see it before, so it's like I don't know if I could be excited, or it's like it doesn't appeal. Like it doesn't sound like something I would want to watch, but then maybe it will be. I don't know. But yeah, I'm the temperature for me is lukewarm.
Gotcha. Aaron, how are you feeling about the sale in general?
It's a bit of a roller coaster. There's some titles that I'm very glad to see finally get released. There's some titles I don't care, and there's some where it's just okay. And pretty much, if you had to go like pretty much across the board, if I was to put like a grade on it, it's okay. It's not exactly anything that's been kind of mind blowing, but there's titles that I like.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be one for the record books. I don't think people go, remember 2021? Those some good times. Brother Chaos, in general, how do you feel about this this sale?
I'd say it wasn't the greatest year for Black Friday shenanigans, but I agree with part of what Cult of Cinema mentioned. That there were some titles that I definitely picked up that I was looking forward to. I'm glad I got what I got, because this year I didn't have too much in the banks, but I'm glad I got what I got. And I thought Vinegar Syndrome and Severin did a decent job. Like maybe half their stuff was good, and then the other half was not so good. So in a sense, I could also agree with Tony that it was a little bit lukewarm. But overall, I'd say I'm glad that I was able to participate this Black Friday and able to pick up the titles that I wanted. So I'd say it was more good than bad. More good than bad.
Okay, good. That's good. Seems you're leaning more positive than everyone else. Ragnar in the chat says it best. Can't wait for the Shaw Brothers box set.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. Let me check in with everybody here. Sean says it could have been more titles for sale, and a certain website needs more bandwidth.
Yeah.
They tried. Prices weren't great, and Severin had more things that weren't on sale that were on sale, and that doesn't help. I agree with that. It's always tricky when they do that, when they release old, releases. They go, convention stock, but it's full price. You're like, oh, well.
I have to say, I definitely agree that the prices weren't great.
No. I mean, we'll get to it, but Night of the Demon was what, $38? Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a
Was it?
lot. That's a lot. Or 34. It was up there. It was more than than Vinegar.
And what do you think about Flight for Frankenstein? That doozy was like $50-something.
Oh, we'll dig in. But you have a direct question here from Razor Ramen. Did Brother Chaos end up getting the VSAs?
Yes, I did, Razor Ramen. Oh, cool. Kind of like a twist on Wrestler. Yes, I picked up the VSA through Master Chaos. He's a yearly subscriber.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful to have him as a close brother. So we not blood brother, but friend brother. And so he's passing on the wealth to me, and at a discount. So I'm glad. Yes, I did get the VSAs. I'm back on the VSA bandwagon.
He's back on the band. He was off for a while, but he's back on the bandwagon, and I returned mine. I refunded mine. I said after watching, we'll get to it, but after watching TC 2000, like fuck this. I don't need this. I do not need this at all.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be addressing Cult of Cinema all the time by Cult of Cinema. Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. If I forget, I'll try not to. Aaron, I know Tony already. I was a little bit on the last live, so I remember Tony. Okay, Aaron.
Born to be Rad. What's up, man? Wasn't impressed with the new VS releases. Well, let's start there, and we're gonna give our recommendations. By the way, everybody watching in the chat, thank you for being here. We love you very much. Drop a thumbs up on this video. That always is appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe. I'm trying. I don't know if I can make it, but Black Friday certainly helped. I'm trying to get to 2,000 before the end of the year. I'm about 150 away. I think it's possible, but I don't know. It's up to you guys. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Big Daddy. Aaron, question to you: did you re-up your subscription?
No, I couldn't afford it. To be honest with you, that's like the big part of it.
Mhm.
Two, I tried it for the half year, and I wasn't overwhelmed by what came out in the second half of the year. I think we can pretty much say that the first half of Vinegar Syndrome's lineup, first half of the year, was a lot better than the second half of the year, and I kind of
Yeah.
came in at probably a bad time for it. Now that being said, if I thought, okay, if I actually had extra money, would I have? There's enough interesting titles that I would have thought about it, but I think this year I'm going to be cherry picking, and I'm actually kind of burnt out on getting like some titles that for me that are going to be one watches, and
Mm.
which that's different from other years. Like other years, I've been like, okay, yeah, this is kind of cheesy and fun. I haven't seen this in a while. I'm going to watch this, and I'll probably watch this again a couple years down the road, and I've been more excited. But there's been some titles here that have really grinded me down. That some people like, and that which is fantastic. If you like it, that's great. But for me, this year there were titles that came in, and like I'm not going to watch this like again, or I'm not going to watch this for a while. I'll never get rid of most stuff in my collection. And I got Cardone in my collection, for crying out loud.
I have two
Great
copies,
bag.
Aaron.
Notice that was not mentioned, by the way, during their breakdown at all. So just saying, just putting it out there. I don't think it was as popular as some people thought it was going to be. Actually, I'm pretty sure it actually wasn't. But honestly, no, I'm didn't go for the sub this time. But there is some nice stuff. So if people went for it, I can see it because there are a lot of UHDs that can almost pay for like a large portion of the subscription. And if they're really good UHDs, now that'll be fantastic. Things like Thriller, Cruel Picture, Christina Lindbergh. I know I'm going to be buying that release when it comes out. I'm surprised at their Synapse announcement and this announcement.
Weird.
So that's a bit of drama behind the scenes, I'm guessing. Dead Heat, again, I like that film. So that's one that I'll probably get. And Giallo box sets for sure. But I don't know. I think we're going to see a return of the driving classics this year. That's what I think the new the kind of the return of a old label is going to be. We're going to see that maybe in like Blu-ray and 4K style.
That would be great. I actually picked up a ton of those because they came back into stock. So I actually picked up a ton of those DVDs. Tony and I resubbed live, and for me at first I'm like, honestly, I seriously was on the fence because this was a rough year, and most of my reviews were fairly negative just because I'm like, Jesus, this is just junk, and it's like I'll never rewatch this. There were a couple gems, absolutely. Shallow Grave, Ticks, even Cthulhu Mansion early on. I thought that was really fun. But pricing it out and figuring out all the stuff that I ended up selling off that I don't have in my collection anymore. My subscription for 2021 came out to about $167. So that's not bad.
No.
That's not bad. So I said, well, that just makes sense to me. I get content for the channel. It's, fresh content. And then I get to you pass along the savings to someone else who wants to move, either Brother Chaos, or I have a friend in town here who's also a collector who's like, oh, I didn't like it, but do you want this? You get at a discount, and we help each other out. So it kind of made sense to me. Then I look at this release schedule, and they're blowing it out of the gate. January, we get friggin' Dead Heat on 4K. That and a Forgotten Gialli box set. It's pretty amazing. Tony, I know you subbed, obviously. What was sort of you just kind of went in. You didn't even really think about it, right? It wasn't even like a question whether you would or wouldn't, right?
Well, I've been thinking about it for a while, for the weeks beforehand, and I was kind of more leaning toward not doing it. And then I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to be buying during the year. What if this is like the year that if I had the subscription, I would save money. I mean, you're probably saving money anyway, but like, what if it's like I want every month? Everything just for some reason everything looked good, and then I'd end up spending even more money. So I thought, well, that's purposely what I saved up for. I'm gonna, it's my one big purchase a year. Might as well just do it. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? You
Yeah,
could see my soul like leaving the body on stream, like right down to hell.
yeah. You gave it up. I mean, honestly, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I wouldn't. It wouldn't. It just wouldn't make sense. But because I, the content helps. It just makes sense to me overall. Let me check in with the chat. I think some people had some questions.
I'd like to add something.
Oh, go ahead.
Sure. I'm not a YouTuber, but if I could afford it, I would sub.
You would. Okay.
Right.
Let me check in the chat. I want to do this so I don't cover people's faces here. Jonathan has. What are your thoughts on Nightbreed?
I love Nightbreed.
Great movie.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, good film. I'm not sure if it's on sale anywhere, but had one of the funniest dog close-ups ever. It cracked me up for like an hour.
That's the Clive Barker one, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's see.
I like the regular cut of it more than the director's cut.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Thoughts on the Purge series? Well, me and Little Master, my son, are big fans.
I love it.
The 2 and 3 are our favorites. And the new one's okay, but it goes in a weird direction. What about you guys? Purge fans?
Oh yeah,
they're fun. I mean, like the series too was okay itself, but yeah, the first one is unintentionally hilarious, but the rest of them are cool action films.
Should I jump into it? Because Aaron, I haven't seen any of the Purge movies.
Oh wow,
they're fun. They're action movies. Like after part 1, they just become like kind of action films. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're kind of. It's kind of like Escape from New York kind of vibe. At least 2 and 3 feel very Escape from New York-ish. They're fun. I like them.
Yeah.
And then somebody had a question. Oh, here we go. Razor. Does that include the total saved from VSAs and partner labels? It doesn't. I actually haven't factored that in.
Oh.
I have not factored that in, but I ended up buying a lot more partner labels than I thought, which is shocking. But I'm excited because next year looks like it's going to be a lot.
To the dismay of Mistress Chaos.
Yeah. And you know what? And she okayed it because I did the math with her, and she's like, "Okay, yeah, do it again." I'm like, "Yeah, awesome." So I'm very happy about that. Okay, so let's just briefly take a look at this layout. I think they really wanted to go hard this year and really entice people. I think Vinegar realized they did lose a few people this year with their releases. You get Dead Heat in January, Hard Rock Zombies, which Tony you vouch for, right?
Oh yeah, that's a fun one.
And then a beloved piece of Universal Pictures financed weirdness. Aaron, do you have any suggestions?
That's one I don't have any idea about. To be blunt honest with you.
You know, I thought it was going to be
E.T.?
Freaked. Yeah, E.T. I thought it was going to be Freaked, but that's with Fox. So that should be interesting. That should definitely be interesting. Then March, you get a UHD double feature. UHD's up the wazoo. I don't think almost every month we get a UHD. Then you get a UHD premiere of an action-packed 80s exploitation classic, and then 2 horror movies. Then halfway, we get Thriller: A Cruel Picture. So what the hell? Well,
he didn't know.
I was this close to picking up the DVD, but then something told me eventually it's gonna come out on Blu-ray or even UHD. Seriously, it was in my shopping cart. Because, long story short, I had the DVD. I loved it. For some financial reasons or just, I don't recall, maybe my mind went crazy. I sold it off to somebody at a good price. Then I wanted to get it again. So I've been waiting until it got a better release and upgrade. And now it's coming out from Vinegar Syndrome, man.
Yeah, well, the weird thing is about 2 weeks ago, Synapse announced that they were putting out a Blu-ray, and then Synapse, and then we get this announcement, and let me go up to how they worded it because it's like shots fired how they worded it.
So who's gonna put it out then?
Well, here's what they say. Plus, we're upping our game in May and November, promising to bring you our best sales months lineup, packed with crucial films such as Bo Arnie Vibinius's notorious cult classic thriller, A Cruel Picture, which we will be presenting in its worldwide 4K UHD and Blu-ray debut under exclusive license from Christopher Vibinius, I'm assuming the son.
Oh.
So I think Synapse didn't have the rights. Aaron, what do you think is happening here?
Definitely. I mean, like, this is kind of reminiscent of when they came out with the Flesh for Frankenstein announcement. It has that same type of wording to it, because that other company came out and said, "Oh, we're doing Flesh for Frankenstein." And they're like, "No, you're not." So we're very specific to word that we have the worldwide rights, and it looks like this is kind of what they're doing. Yeah, I know that Synapse used to have the rights to this. They put out not one, but I think 2 different Blu-ray editions of Thriller. I think one was cut and one was uncut, and no, DVD editions of it, because my dad has them actually. But yeah, I mean, they're pushing hard that they own this. The pool is getting smaller in what can be released. There's a lot that's been coming over the last few years, and especially when you got a lot of different companies that are right now like laser focusing on the same style of release. Eventually, this crossover is going to happen. So the fact that they put it in there, like, this, we have the rights from the actual, like, the son of the guy that made the film. As long as the son really has all the rights, and fantastic. This is something that goes through, and I don't think, especially after last year, I don't think they're would put this out unless they were 100% sure that this was locked and done, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just want to highlight a comment. Fed78 says BC just pissed himself.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did, bro.
All right, so that's that's huge. That's something to look forward to for the halfway sale. I know I'm most likely gonna have to buy 2, because I'm keeping mine BC, but I'll get you yours.
All right.
June, no plans, partner month. Then July, it's up in the air. August, they've announced Shriek of the Mutilated, which is not as good as Night of the Demon, but it's an okay Bigfoot movie.
It is awful. But it's the type of awful that you kind of it's charming. Shriek of the Mutilated is an endurance movie. You watch it like, but it has its charm. Have you guys, Aaron or Tony, seen Shriek of the Mutilated?
Oh, hell yeah. I have a lot of fun with this movie. It's a bad movie, but it's a bad movie in all the ways that it should be, because you can have bad movies that are boring as hell. Hello, TC 2000. And you can have Shriek the Mutilated, which is fun. It's not great, but it's one of those movies that my family actually, we quote it. So it's a quotable film there has.
I heard you say that in a live stream. What do you mean you quote it?
I can't say without giving away the ending, but it's the end. Okay. It's the last words that the guy says when he comes into the cabin. So we'll look at each other and we'll say, "So it's blank,"
I've never seen it. I've never seen it, so.
Well, you'll have to wait till August, but you will eventually get your eyes on it. Well, maybe even not, because you haven't seen half of the stuff from this year. So
no, I haven't.
That's okay. We forgive you. We're gonna get a second Forgotten Gialli box set. So already 2 box sets.
Wow.
Forgotten Gialli have been announced. Then in October, this is exciting. I'm very happy that this is doing well enough that they're announcing a volume 2.
Yeah.
Homegrown Horrors was my favorite box set of the year from Vinegar. Oh, it's so good. It's amazing.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's worth it. I mean, obviously the movies aren't amazing, but they're entertaining and they're ballsy, and it's one of those, like, those guys really fucking tried to make a movie. I love that. And that's going to feature Moonstalker, which was part of my all-nighter live movie fest. We watched that one. That was towards the end. That was a fun movie. And then a ton of great stuff. More UHDs. No actual places where we say, oh, VSP is coming or VSA, but they're going to sprinkle those throughout.
So did the Cardona ship sink?
Yes. Aaron, I know you're a massive Cardona fan.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm hurt, man. I'm real hurt.
What's the update? What's the last thing we've heard about these things?
last thing I think we heard was that they were supposed to be coming next year sometime. But like one of the reasons, well, obviously the guy passed away, the grandson passed away. Plus, they said it was hard getting the elements across. And as somebody that works in a job where getting stuff across from one country to another is a huge deal, that has been something that's been an issue as of late. So, do I think they're going to do them? Yes. Do I think they're going to like really promote them, or just kind of put them, kind of surprise put them out? I think they're going to kind of surprise put them out eventually, or like over time, because he got the right. You got to do it, I guess. But
Master Chaos, were you being sarcastic when you said that Aaron is a fan?
Oh yeah, yes. I hate it.
I like 2 of the movies so much.
See, I can't. I mean, like, he needs an editor. Like, the dude needs an editor. Like Rob Zombie's Halloween films need a scriptwriter.
Oh,
and
yeah. Well said. It's funny enough. I saw about 20 minutes of Beaks, and that is a painful experience. And Aaron, you and I are not fans of animal. I don't think anybody's a fan of animal torture, but Beaks is literally them throwing birds through like plate glass windows and things, and it is just insane. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a fan of that kind of stuff. Lastly, November, 3 horror and horror adjacent UHDs. Let's unpack that, because they always have a weird thing about how they label their slashers and things. What would horror and horror adjacent mean? Tony, what image does that conjure in your mind?
I don't know. Maybe like a horror comedy.
Well, I guess so. But wouldn't they say just horror comedies?
Who knows with them?
Yeah, I guess they do. Aaron, what do you think horror adjacent means?
Could be Cat 3. Could be getting something kind of Cat 3-esque. Again, it could be horror comedy, but I think maybe some horror, something that kind of borders on horror, whether it be like an action horror film. Kind of like Dead Heat, kind of like action horror, quote unquote. And like maybe a Cat 3 film that kind of like skirts that line as well, if they're going to do more of that. I mean, I felt burnt this year by both the halfway and the Black Friday sale. As in, like, I feel like they showed the best parts of their hand both times this year. Like, oh, look, we got some really cool stuff here. Look at this amazing, like, Flesh for Frankenstein. Look, we got Trauma here. We got William Malone's like Creature, or in the halfway sale. Look at all the cool stuff we got. And then wait, there's even better stuff coming, and there wasn't. There was not better stuff coming. There was okay stuff coming. But there was not anything where you'd be excited. When they did like, oh, we got some great stuff coming, and Fade to Black was announced. Oh my God, yes, how fantastic! But this year, it's like they didn't have the releases that they had last year, so they literally showed the best stuff like right away. So when you were subscribing, those secret, I feel sad for people that bought just the secret titles for Black Friday. I actually kind of do, but that's what it's been. That's what it's been like last year.
Yeah. It's been rough.
What if horror Jason's like? What if it's like Faces of Death or something?
Oh God, no!
Oh,
I won't want that for sure.
Yeah.
Brother Cass was a big fan of those back in the day.
I mean, I have part 1 on Blu-ray, but like then it's splintered off into Traces of Death and all that, and I don't. I mean, whatever. It's I would rather have a movie with a story, a good narrative, good characters. I don't want just empty
gore.
Fox gore or whatever. Real death stuff. Nah.
Faux. Pronounced faux.
Oh, I'm not so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
But I don't. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Paul says, if you ask the Liberty, everything they've released is great.
Well,
I agree.
Job, though.
That's his job. Yeah.
It's a job.
That is his job. I mean, and I've talked to Brad Henderson in private, and he's admitted I don't love everything we've released. He hasn't told me what he didn't like, but it's they can't undercut themselves by saying, yeah, don't buy this shit. Jim says, just put in another order at VS. Ha ha ha! I can't stop. I'm with you, man. Fed says, now that I've dipped my toes in VS, I'm so excited for certain future releases. And yes, both MC and BC are bad influences, but in a good way. Well,
Oh,
hopefully we can steer you in the right direction.
yeah.
MC, I know you've watched a lot of movies with BC, but are there movies that you two always like to watch together? There's so many movies that it's hard to rewatch stuff, but off the top of my head, Cannibal Campout. Bologna
Oh,
Brothers.
yeah. And
Not
Feeder.
Bologna. It was
Feeder.
McBride. Oh, and Feeders. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we lean to. Shot on video garbage.
Yeah.
Love it. Is there animal cruelty in Ebola Syndrome? I don't
I don't
remember.
recall.
I don't think there.
clothing.
Yeah, there's rape, a lot of rape, and the opening minutes. I was really scared that something really bad was gonna happen. Luckily, it didn't go in that direction, but it's actually not as bad as people think it is. I was actually surprised. Like, oh, okay, it's not as crazy, but it's also not a pleasant, fun time watch. Hey guys, let's trim the tree and watch Ebola Syndrome.
Oh, it's not a family movie. No.
No.
Not in any way.
No, not of that. Yeah, no, not in any way. Oh, actually, with mice. I think you're right. There is something with mice. That does sound familiar. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay,
Yeah.
so what? This is 2022, for better or worse. What's missing? What are we bummed that isn't coming back? I'm gonna go to Aaron first because I'm pretty sure I know what he's gonna say. He's really bummed is not getting a volume 2.
Televised terror, like hands
Yeah.
down. I mean, like that's the one that should be, because in all honesty, we're getting like 2 more, and I love the Forgotten Gialli stuff, and I don't know how close we're getting to scraping, like when it comes to Forgotten Gialli. But the televised terror, even if people weren't like super into like a lot of the stuff that came in the first volume, it's an untapped market that nobody's looking into, and that's and it's probably the most the market that's easiest to tap into right now. This and kind of like the 90s 2000s era sexploitation thrillers, the Andrew Stevens style stuff, and for help, Cynthia Rothrock, like give her like stuff where she stars in the films, not where she's a secondary lead. Like I'm tired of them like saying, oh, like promoting Cynthia Rothrock for these films, and then like have her being like a secondary lead on these releases. Like put her out there. Like if you're gonna support her, if you're gonna like do interviews and stuff with her, put out some of her actual films that she stars in, because that's some of the better stuff. Whether it be her Hong Kong films, her Lady Dragon stuff, which is kind of just really fun stuff. Anything that she did where Richard Norton was the bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they've kind of they missed the boat with televised terror. Hopefully they'll get back on that, because there is, like you said, this wasn't your favorite release, but there were a lot of films you could have put in there that would have made it a lot more exciting for you.
Oh yeah.
But they're not doing that, and or they don't seem to be doing it. Maybe there's a box set I don't know of it. I don't see it there, but I'd love to see that. And I'll always grab the Forgotten Gialli stuff no matter what, because it's been fun watches pretty much all throughout. But I'm not sure with them, with so many people releasing Giallo, I'm not sure how much we're going to get actual Giallo, because I'll be honest, I loved those 2 releases, that double feature, enjoyed the hell out of it, but it wasn't Giallo. Like I'm saying it's not Giallo, kind of a Giallo adjacent maybe. But no, it's more of the Andrew Stevens style, like kind of like the sexy thrillers. That's what those were.
Yeah.
And if you don't like that and you go and thinking it's Giallo, you're going to be like super disappointed, unfortunately. But yeah, Cynthia Rothrock for sure, and the televised terror. If they're not going to do it, somebody needs to take up the mantle. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and when like TV movies and TV, it was a huge deal when the ABC Sunday movie would come out, or the movie of the week, and you had all these like kind of like creepy things and these mystery films, and people would be talking about it the next day, and everybody watched it. And a lot of these are just going under the radar. Now, Primetime Panic from Fun City Editions, I did order that during the sale. And I'm excited to see that. So I'm hoping to see more boxes like that come out. But televised terror, a missed opportunity.
I concur. I love a good TV movie, and I feel like my main problem is that I feel like they pick dramas instead of actual kind of like terror movies. I don't know. Like, I mean, I think the Elijah Wood one sort of gets close to a little more of a terror film, but like A Cold Night's Death is one that I always think about. With Eli Wallach, I think that's an amazing film. There's so many unique films out there that nobody really knows or have seen since that era that deserve to be highlighted. That just they just need to give the damn movies a little bit more teeth, and I think that'll really help sell the idea. And again, like you were saying, the kind of sexy thrillers. My God, Skinamax. We all grew up on Skinamax stuff, right? I would buy 800 copies of a Julie Strain box set. Shannon Tweed, Lisa Boyle. Gosh, there's so many. Shannon Weary. There's so many amazing. Yeah. Hell yeah, put those out. I think those would blow the doors off. But they seem to either they're not allowed to get stuff like that, or they seem to pick titles that are really, really outside the box. For better or worse. Tony, what is missing from 2022 that you wish was at least highlighted?
The Midnight Hour. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I would kill for that, man.
Everybody wants that.
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with everything Aaron said. With like, what I would like to see come out is like you mentioned, Freaked. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what was supposed to. Is there some stuff that's supposed to come out that I know the Cardona.
Yeah.
Set, but like what else is there supposed to come out that it hasn't?
Well, it's not so much that what hasn't, but what isn't. Like we've been alerted to Homegrown Horrors 2, but there's no TV Terrors 2.
Yeah.
You know, there's no mention of Cardona 2 here. Also, one thing that sort of jumped out to me is that there is no VSA or VSP listed. I think I might be mistaken, but I could swear last year it said at least or VSU, I should say, that there was a VSU listed for May. I might be mistaken on that, but I all that stuff's sort of been left out. And I know this is just the Vinegar Syndrome releases, but you know, like those nice little hints help to sell the year. So I'm surprised they didn't drop those in there.
Yeah.
Brother Chaos, what do you think about this year? Does this seem like a pretty juicy year?
Well, juicy because of Thriller, A Cruel Picture, and Shriek of the Mutilated. I'm looking forward to those two releases for sure. Instant pickups. I don't know. I hate to go against the bandwagon. I mean, I hate to go against the crowd, but I enjoyed the Cardona box set. Two of the movies I really enjoyed. That Cyclone and the one with the puppet and
Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle, yes. Yes, I can see myself watching those two again this year.
Wow. Okay.
Funny enough, it goes to show that what a strange motherfucker I am, that the movie that was highlighted, Treasure of the Amazon, I didn't care for it, or Treasure Amazon, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Treasure of the Amazon? Did you guys like it? Like that one? Or?
That's the best one for me.
I haven't watched it.
It's the one I kind of got through. Like the other ones, I'll be honest with you, I have not got through the entirety.
Oh,
all right.
I just got really, like it's subjective, right? Everybody likes their own thing. Just for me, I just got really bored. That's just me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it's kind of like saying we have a Christopher Lee box set, but where's Christopher Lee? Yeah. Oh, the Christopher Lee box set. All right, so that is that's a subscription package. Let's talk about the Big Daddy. Well, I guess for most people, Flush for Frankenstein. I'm gonna go to Aaron first because I know you're a big fan of this one. Yes.
I am actually. I did get to see this one years ago in theater, so in 3D. It is a great film. It's a film that really utilizes 3D extremely well. So please, if you have the ability to watch this in 3D, don't go for the 4K first. Don't go for the Blu-ray first. Watch it in 3D. It's one of the best films for utilizing 3D. And from what I've heard, like in the reviews I've read, this also utilizes the 3D really well. I actually have a 3D TV. If you got a 3D TV, even a PlayStation VR, watch it that way. And then go back and watch it flat afterwards. But you miss something not watching it in its 3D format. It's not like some movies where the 3D is kind of plastered on afterwards. this was meant to be a 3D film. Now, with that being said, remember that sometimes 3D films get, they get cut up with the 3D part of it and they lose the story. But not in this one. This one is, if you like Blood for Dracula, I think you're going to love this one. This is actually even better than Blood for Dracula. The picture looks fantastic. There's great features on here, unlike a certain other release. And I think this is a great one. The only thing I'm slightly disappointed with is the packaging. They said, with the different style packaging. So I thought maybe they're going to use kind of like a plasticky case or just something unique and different, or maybe it's going to open through the stitches when it looks like it's just going to be pretty much the same hard box as they did with Scanner's Cop, which is fantastic. But it's still not what I expected. So I'm very excited about the film, really excited about this one. And I think that a lot of people are going to go in, if you've never seen it, this is going to be like Blood for Dracula 1, that they're going to be hopefully happy to get in their collection. I just wish there would have been a CD as well.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the 3D because as soon as that was announced, I go, oh, that's the first one I'm watching because that's different. That's a unique experience. I've seen this when it was on Criterion on DVD back in the day. So I watched this and Blood for Dracula, and I remember enjoying this one more. But it has been quite a while. But I'm excited to revisit. Let's hear from Brother Chaos. Flesh for Frankenstein, happy, or it doesn't really impact you at all?
Well, the movie is definitely in my radar. I have heard of both this one and Blood for Dracula. I have Blood for Dracula, and it's okay. It's a movie that it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but I would watch it again, maybe like a little bit more eased up now that I've seen it already, and give it a second chance. And all my friends that I've talked to about these two movies, everyone concurs that Flesh for Frankenstein is the better one. So, which I haven't seen yet. So I would, I'm not gonna pick it up now due to the price. It just maybe when it goes down a little lower, maybe. But
it'll be $40 at the lowest.
Okay. We'll have to see.
Right.
I can't say much more because I haven't seen it.
Right. Tony, is this something that's interesting to you?
Yeah, I mean, especially since I saw the ending on your channel.
That's right.
But I mean, that part, like, it seemed good when we were watching. And, it's interesting. I didn't get Blood for Dracula. I think I kind of got talked out of it from like everybody's saying like it sucks. I'm like, and for the price, like, I'll wait. Right. I didn't even pick it up at the sale. I thought, get it at the sale. No, I didn't even do it. Plus, the website was, doing its thing, so it kind of lost my interest in staying on there any longer. I had to, but
absolutely,
yeah, I'm interested in this. I think the cover is very underwhelming. Because I thought they were supposed to change that as well, but I think that's a cool cover. The 3D, it actually looks coming out at you. That's neat.
Yeah.
And did you say you have to have a 3D TV to watch that?
No, it comes with the glasses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have both options.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this last time because it's in that Silent Madness. It's the same thing, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to watching that in 3D. I'm not a big 3D guy, but like if I could watch it at home, I think it'd be different. I don't really care about going to the theater to see it in 3D. But that cover, I think the cover looks neat, like with the stitches. But they're like Aaron said, that'd be cool if it would could open up like the stitches in that, or pull it apart and. Slaughterhouse one where the door slides off. That'd be neat if you could pull the pieces off. That'd be neat.
Which, by the way, I was on eBay last night, and I was a bad boy. I bought a whole bunch of out of print slips on eBay, and I had to get Slaughterhouse. I'm like, dang it! All right, I'll grab it. So that's coming. That's coming. All right. So, Flesh for Frankenstein review. Coming soon. As soon as it arrives, I'll pop it in, and then expect the Mastercast Theater from me, and I'm sure Aaron and Tony will chime in with their thoughts. Now this is the sort of the shocker release. I think as soon as they mentioned, oh, we're going to do a different cinematic culture or whatever, everyone said Cat 3, Ebola Syndrome. I don't even know how people guessed it, but they did. And we have a movie about a guy who rapes a young lady who is infected with Ebola and then somehow is immune to the virus and decides to just go buck wild and destroy Hong Kong as in his perverted attempts to run a restaurant. Ebola Syndrome. I'm going to start with Brother Chaos because this is a movie that I know he's fond of.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I saw it when you played it on your channel. Again, not for the family, but for me, I enjoyed it. I like movies that push the edge a little bit. That's why I'm a big fan of the unearthed films, and I'm a big fan of the original Guinea Pig box set.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives you an idea of some of the stuff that I might find entertaining. Like I picked up their copy of the Untold Story, and I saw this with Master Chaos on the what was it? Let's Watch.
Let's watch, yeah.
Let's Watch Live, yeah. And it was cool. It was cool. I think I even liked it better than Untold Story. But I'm gonna have a double feature as soon as I get my hands on this one, and that will be definitely quite a night. Yeah.
And something that I hinted at, since I sold you my copy.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get it, I'm gonna watch the commentary track because I do want to highlight this. There's some interesting special features on here. I will watch. What the hell is it? Commentary track with Sam Deegan. I'm gonna watch it with commentary track just to refresh my memory. Then I'll mail it to you. You watch it, and then we'll record a review like this. Both of us chiming in on this one, okay?
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan, Master.
Let's do it. Aaron, Ebola Syndrome. I know this was sort of your big. This was your Alien from LA for this sale.
Oh yeah, except the difference from this is that Alien from LA turned out to be a good film. Cat 3, I'm not really into as much, especially this one. I think it's tone deaf for right now to say, hey, let's put Ebola Syndrome at this point in history. Are you fucking serious? Like honestly, like no. And when you said good features, no, like good feature, Sam Deegan. That's it. Like all the other things, they're gonna be like smaller features. Like they could have put like for the documentary. There's a documentary apparently on Cat 3 titles. This is your first Cat 3 title. Not doing that for people that say that maybe have not is into Cat 3 as much to get them hyped about it. You've already or at least do a new featurette, talk about Cat 3 titles. But this is we got like director interviews. That's okay. We got like some archival stuff. Not a lot. There's not a lot of stuff on here compared to like some of the other releases. Look at Flesh for Frankenstein and see how loaded that is. Like literally this Sam Deegan commentary. That's it. This is the big feature when it comes to this release. They could have said, okay, this is our first Cat 3 film. Let's introduce Cat 3 to the world. And instead of that, they said, you know what? We're just going to kind of throw you into the deep end. And if you're a commentary person, great. You're going to hear some great stuff from Sam Deegan. I'm going to watch this with the commentary on. I don't care to watch this with commentary. I watched the trailer, their trailer for the film. And I'm epileptic. So watching like a minute and a half of people having seizures was really, really not pleasant for me to do. I hated that aspect. I said, is this going to be like a lot of the film is? Because if it is, I've gone through that in person. I don't need to see that on screen. But that's, again, this is just me. I'm not a huge fan of these style films, but I think if you're going to put out a Cat 3 film, this is not the first one to do. Especially right now. People are super depressed, and this is not the right film when you're stuck in the house because of that's that's kind of the thing for me. For me, this was a disappointment. It was a huge disappointment, and I get there's a lot of Cat 3 fans, so I am in the minority when it comes to this. But I think even for people that like this what they've been done wrong because they could have really put some decent features on there. Like Ryan mentioned, they're the Kennel Model Category 3 like documentary. I know that when
Mhm.
Severin puts out releases that are kind of adjacent to releases that went out in the UK, they do kind of dive into like the 88 films stuff, like the documentaries and stuff like that, the Mealy like documentary and a lot of the other stuff like that. That's what we should have been seeing on this. If this is an introduction of like some films that they're going to do in the future and they're going to follow it up, go in, do it right. This is okay. If you like the film already, this is going to be fantastic for you. It's a great release. It's in 4K. It's a Cat 3 title. There's not a lot of features for you, so I do think that's a bit of a bummer. The Sam Deegan commentary is what I think absolutely everybody's going to go to first. I think a lot of people are going to be going like directly, unless they're really into like that director. They're definitely probably not going to be going to that as a feature. They're going to be going to the Sam Deegan commentary when there should have been at least a short, maybe 30, 40-minute like introduction to this style of film, especially when they made a huge point of saying, okay, we're doing this type of film. This is the very first time we're doing this type of film. And like people can say, well, they can put it on another release, but this was the release to put it on. Don't give me the documentary 2 or 3 like films down the road. You shit the bed, as they would say.
I just want to highlight this. Stendhal syndrome changed his name to Ebola syndrome
Oh,
for the chat here.
Stendhal's a better movie, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. Speaking of weird features, I just noticed this. Cantonese with Dr. Yao, a brand new featurette with Herman Yao on the difficulties of translating Cantonese into English. Nobody was going to check that out. That's weird. That's a strange choice. Tony, any final thoughts on Ebola syndrome?
well, I mean, I kind of think it's in bad taste to release that now. If everything wasn't going on right now, I want to see it. I'm getting it. I'll watch it. But it just seems that the last 2 months they had Duck with the school shooting, which we don't.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
No.
And I bought it before I even knew what it meant. Like because I just saw Duck, and I'm just
I love
add to
ducks.
cart.
I'll get it.
Yeah, I like ducks. Quack quack. And then with this, I'll watch it, but it is a bad taste to release it now, I think.
Right.
I don't know. And I didn't realize it was from 96. I just saw there it said 96. I thought that was a newer release or something that they're putting out.
No,
I
it's
never
definitely an
heard of
older
it.
film.
I never heard of it.
It's one of those, like Ricky O kind of movies where everyone sort of like it talks about it in whispers or whatever. Although Ricky O is like a masterpiece.
Yeah. I have one. What is it? What is Cat 3?
Category 3 was the designation. It's sort of like how Video Nasties for the UK.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's like basically super rated X, rated R, I should say, for Hong Kong. Like kids aren't allowed to see it, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that before. Okay. It's
It
just
isn't
Cat 3, and I'm like, fuck is Cat 3?
It comes with 3 cats.
I'm allergic.
Oh, too bad. You get these goddamn fucking cats and you'll
Give me some hairless cats.
Aaron, I'm going to start with you on Steel and Lace because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think you've seen this one before.
I have, yeah, a few times actually. This was one of the ones I think that we had at the store when we had a convenience store. So it's a fun title. I mean, like this is probably one that a lot of people have seen in the U.S. on cable a lot. It's a rape revenge story with a twist, and it's nothing to give away the fact that she kills herself at the beginning of the film, and then she comes back as a robot, as an android. So it's a fun title. I'm actually more interested in this one than I think this might be a bit of a sleeper. Like Alley Cat, last time around, people were super stoked when the VSAs came out. Like, oh, look, there's Alley Cat and then there's Champagne and Bullets. And everybody was like, oh my God, Champagne and Bullets, we got to get that. And people were like, we can wait on Alley Cat. Alley Cat was fun. Champagne and Bullets was a slog to get through, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
I didn't make it through.
Yeah, it's a hard one. And it's not even like hard as in it's a good way. It was pretty boring. Just Wings Hauser. I'm like, oh, got to get onto like the next Wings Hauser scene. Now, Stacey Hadiak is in this one, as you saw right there, and I'm a huge
Yes.
Stacey Hadiak fan. She was, of course,
yeah.
on Luther the Geek. A lot more of her scene in Luther the Geek probably than this one. But still, like if you're a soap opera fan, she's on Days of Our Lives. But this is a fun title. It's definitely better than one of the VSAs that are released that we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Mhm.
And I think people have a lot of fun with this one. This is going to be one that people, if you got this one as a part of the blind buy, I think you're going to like grab this one to rewatch a lot easier than say the Ebola Syndrome. Like I think people are going to get the Ebola Syndrome, get the shock watch out of the way, and that's going to be it. I don't think it's going to be something you're going to go back to a lot.
Right.
But this is it's a fun one. It's got Bruce Davison there in it. Like it's a really good cast, especially a lot of people where you're going to say, "Oh, don't I know that person from?" And then you'll look it up on IMDb and you realize, okay, yeah, these actors have been in a lot of things. You just don't know their names. A lot of character actors in this movie.
Right. I'm not familiar with this film at all, and so I'm very excited for it. But I did notice that there's a butt on the back, and that does not bode
don't
well
worry.
for me. So fingers crossed that maybe this will break the butt streak, but it remains to be seen. But I'm very excited for this. This certainly seems like my kind of thing. I'm very excited for it. Brother Chaos, what do you think about Steel and Lace?
Well, this is the first time that I hear this title, and I instantly went on IMDb, looked it up. I read the synopsis that they gave, and I liked it. And I saw the trailer next, and then got me more hyped. So, if you're gonna keep your copy, I'll order mine through Vinegar Syndrome. But if you end up not liking it, you can send it my way. Like I would blind buy this, you know.
Okay, well, I'll let you
But-
know. But this, I'm getting very worried. I hear Gina Davis in my ear. Be
Yeah,
afraid.
I mean, I would pick it up now, but the thing is, if you end up not liking it and you want to pass it off to somebody, I'd happily be the guy,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You will know.
It's an original concept, I think, kind of like Rape Revenge with Cyborg. That sounds pretty badass to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Slasher World says Cult of Cinema's had his bad ace.
Thank you.
I love it. Justin says, I've seen Steel and Lace before. It's an interesting movie, and I like it. All right. Good. And Alley Cat is cool. Glad to hear someone else liked it. But Justin, you have to remember, though, number one rule, you don't mess with girls in the park.
I love that line, man.
It's not nice. It's just not nice. But imagine if Arnold Schwarzenegger said that, though. That would be like, yeah. No, but that's honestly my biggest takeaway from that movie was that really that's the badass line they gave her, and no one said, guys, I think it needs to be cooler than that. But I don't know. She's great. I do like her in it. Should I add Hell Comes to Frogtown to my order with VS? Anyone recommend it? Looks like my kind of cheese. Nick, I don't know you very well, but I would say Hell Comes to Frogtown is everybody's kind of cheese. Aaron, would you concur?
Love the movie. It's a really fun little film. So yeah, definitely. And great special effects for a low budget.
Yes. Ebola Syndrome also says get Frogtown.
Yes.
Razor says, I need Brother Chaos in my life to buy all the movies I don't like. That's the key to having a subscription, guys. You have to have a Brother Chaos who will like, you can say, oh man, I didn't like it, but I think you will. Oh, okay, yeah, and then he'll jump on it.
That's fun, Razor.
That's the way to do it. Let's see, Tony, are you excited about Steel and Lace?
Yeah, I am. I am. I think the cover is very misleading. Is when we watch the trailer, it's like, oh, that's what this is about. It looks very, very intriguing. I'm looking forward to it.
So fingers crossed that will be a satisfying film. Very, very. I think probably the most excited for that one, especially of the announcements, mainly because I've seen this one already. But okay, they have dipped their toe into the Argento pool with Trauma, for better or worse. I will say Trauma is not a favorite, but it's not as bad as, say, Dracula 3D, which is an abomination on all in any considerable definition of cinema. It's one of those things that just should not exist, and almost retroactively destroys the world by its existence. That's hyperbole, but that's how I roll here. Mr. Tony scoffing over there. I know
No,
you're a big
no,
fan of Dracula.
no. I'm laughing. Like, oh, good. I'm so glad. That sounds like I'm very excited for that one to come in then.
Yeah, well, it's available. I forget who put it out, but you don't need to watch that. Trauma is way better. But are you familiar with this one, Tony? Have you seen Trauma?
No, I haven't. But Dario Argento's very hit and miss for me.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Especially older Argento, and Asia is in this, and she is unclothed most of the time.
That's awesome.
There you go. Aaron, what do you think? Trauma, are you excited?
Very actually. So a little bit of background. Back when I was writing, there were a couple of like books that I was working on that never got completed. One was on Exploitation, the other one was on Argento, where I did a deep dive analysis into like a lot of his films. Trauma is severely underrated. It's one of the two films that he did in North America. Now, Trauma is when he starts to really kind of play, like he's always played with the narrative and played with like kind of like reality and where he goes with film. But there's a real play with the way things are done and kind of like timepieces and the way things are put in. The scene in the asylum, for instance. There's some really nice stuff in this film that a lot of people miss out on. This one got like maligned basically because this was a North American giallo. And this wasn't, it wasn't pure per se, but this was him coming over, doing what he could. And there's a lot of great stuff here. We have a fantastic cast of characters. We have Piper Laurie. We have, of course, Brad Dourif in this one. James Russo was in this film. Frederick Forrest, I'm pretty sure, is in this one as well. Asia Argento this is a younger Asia Argento. You don't see her nude as much as you think you do. Actually, it's not a lot of like nude sequences in the film when it comes to Trauma. She was actually pretty young at this time, so it was pretty innocent nudity that was done at the time, kind of like I guess what you call European like style of nudity. One of the neat things about this too is Asia's character is dealing with like a lot of issues, and one is kind of like an eating disorder. And that hit like really close to home for Argento. That actually comes from one of his other daughters that had dealt with this. So we deal with that in this film as well. There's a lot of really different things that are kind of woven in and out of the film, and a lot of really great character actors that's come in here. Some are in here longer than others. This has one of the best murder weapons that you would see. And I do think that for a lot of people, opera is one of their favorite later day Argento films. But I don't think opera could have been done the way that opera was done if we didn't have Trauma first. Trauma really brought that sensibility that he used in opera to the forefront. So things that he plays with in Trauma gets fully realized in opera. So I think for a lot of people, give this one a watch and a rewatch, because I think this is going to be one that can eventually become a favorite for people. It's a fun title. It's different. It's, you're going to guess the killer. Like, it's not going to be super hard. It wasn't for me anyway. I remember when I watched the film, but this is one that I had written like about a huge chapter on when I did this. And I did a huge chapter on this one here. I did a lot of research for this film, and there's so much here that's worth like digging into. Surface like this, could be okay. This is fairly standard. There's a little bit of weirdness here and there, but if you're an Argento fan and you're kind of watching Argento kind of all the way through, it's really, you can really see like what he's picked up and what he's used along the way and what will get used later on, especially if you like opera. If you like opera, which I think, this isn't the same thing. Don't go in expecting this to be opera. It's not. But just as a narrative and in a filmmaking style, the style of filmmaking done in Trauma would birth opera. Big fan.
Okay, well, look at that. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. That's very cool. About the work on your book. That's amazing. Hopefully, maybe you'll get back to that.
If I can ever get to Morocco, eventually I do want to kind of dive into that again and hopefully maybe finish off one of the two books I was working on before.
Well, yeah, I know a publisher who does publish those type of books. That's how I've gotten most of my my TV books published. So let me know. I can put you guys in touch.
All right.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Brother Chaos, I know you're a big Argento guy. Are you excited for Trauma?
Well, I think Aaron pretty much explained it perfectly. I haven't seen the movie. I've heard of it. I'm a little wary when it comes to later in his career, his films. But I would watch it. I don't know if I would buy it. Like if I could had the opportunity to watch it before I could buy it, that would be the way to go for me. But speaking of, yeah, I wouldn't blind buy it though.
Yeah. No, I get it. She is really young in here. I forgot how young she was. That's like what, 18 or something?
No, younger than that.
Wow, really? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, because it really kind of like sketched the line on like basically on the nudity. That's why there wasn't a lot overtly done when it came to that. Because she
I
was
remember
underage at the time.
Right. I remember a shower scene. But obviously that's burned into my head because they all are. But 23 minutes into the film. No, I don't know. Something along those lines. Trauma. Fingers crossed that the rewatch will be satisfying for that one. And here's one that I have seen, but it's been a while. Creature and Alien, sort of a take on Alien ripoffs. I love a good Alien ripoff, but it's been a while since I've watched it, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to age well, but I'm hoping it will. Brother Chaos, we'll start with you. Creature, is this something that tempts you at all?
I've heard so much about it, and this is one that I have not seen, which shame on me. I probably should have, because I've heard really pleasant things about this one. Everywhere I go, I hear good things about this one. I've never heard anybody say, "Oh, Creature, that sucks." I haven't heard that. So I would blind buy this one. You're gonna keep your copy, Chaos, right?
Most likely, I'll let you know. You'll be the first to know.
But I would go in blind for this one just because of what I hear people saying. Now, is that a wise thing to do or an unwise thing to do?
It's wise, 100% wise. Don't question yourself. Blind buy everything from me. Perfect. You're a very smart man.
What I meant was, would it be wise to pick up a movie from the positive hearsay?
It depends, man. Especially with VS stuff, it's so hard.
Yeah, but then you know what? Then I start to think about it. I have a weird taste in films. Mm-hmm. Now, am I the only one that liked Extra 3? Anybody out there? I loved Extra 3. Tony, Aaron?
It's okay. I mean, like it's not like a horror, like, well, you're not a good film, but it's not like it's fun. I mean, like, I don't think any of the extra films are horrible per se, like that you can't watch them.
Right.
They're exactly what you think they're going to be. It's like Pieces, right? It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't mind blowing, but it was cheesy 90s fun. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than I should. But Creature, getting back to Creature, I would blind buy this. But people are saying that it's great, and
right.
I read up a little bit on the synopsis. I read some reviews on IMDb. So if you don't want your copy, Mr. Chaos, let me know.
I got you covered.
Thank you, sir.
Creatures are one of those films that was a ton of public domain sets. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I remember seeing a ton of those Walmart bin movies.
What
year did it come out in?
I'll tell you in 1 second. Let me go back to it here. 80 something? 85.
85. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, more or less.
Right. Aaron, Creature, excited?
Very. I mean, like, this is 2 versions of the film. We get Creature, we get Titan Find edition of this as well, the UK edition. This is by William Malone. It's probably one of the best, if not the best, like, alien knockoff films I read. It's got Klaus motherfucking Kinski in it. So hell yeah. Who doesn't want that? It's fun. This one is a lot of fun, and I think people are going to really enjoy this. This is one of those kind of video staples that you'd see back today. I think the slip sucks ass, to be blunt.
Yeah.
But they could have just put the Creature on there. Would be much better, because that's what got people to buy this one back in the day. You would go to your store, I'm old, so I get on my dinosaur, go to the store, and, go to the VHS shop, and Creature would have like this really cool, kind of cool creature on the cover, and you'd be like, "Oh, I got to watch this," and you'd watch it, and then you'd say, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and you watch with a bunch of friends, and you'd end up like, "Well, what am I going to watch this week?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing's in. I'll watch it again."
Right.
It's a really fun title. I think this one is going to be one that a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with. It's really extremely well done. And Warlock's right. The practical effects in this, especially for a low budget movie, are really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a fun watch. If it's anything like blanking the Norman J. Warren movie Inseminoid. Inseminoid.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, what a blast.
No, this is a good one. This is probably going to be the most rewatchable out of everything we got here. And as much as I like Trauma, I'm an Argentophile. Like this here is going to be the most rewatchable film out of all these releases.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Let's see, Tony. What do you think? Creature.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I thought it was something different. There's like another Creature movie that I thought that was putting out, like it was like lower budget, like but it wasn't them, and I was like, okay, the cover looks cool. I've seen the cover. I can remember that looking at all them like back in the day in the store, but like I would never really rent. They never really rented horror in my house. But yeah, seeing the trailer, like definitely Aliens ripoff, but that's okay. I think that, they all have their own little charm. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I even like that little Waxwork too, where they're like he's jumping through the different times, and one of them is like Alien.
Yeah,
I like that too. Like I thought that was the different alien looking here, and now this one looks different. It's pretty. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Actually, I like sci-fi horror movies. So
you're in. Kubrick, welcome to the party, pal.
Hey everybody. Hey Kubrick.
Kubrick, I still have not gotten my mail yet from them. So before you ask.
Okay, VSA time. By the way, everybody watching, thanks for watching. Drop a thumbs up on this. Just a quick little reminder to help the video, help the channel, and subscribe to me if you're new to the party. And if you're new to everybody here, you know what? I did a massive faux pas. Forgot to put links in the description. I will do that as soon as the video has posted. But you can find Mr. Cult of Cinema and Mr. Tony of the Dead on YouTube. If you do not follow them, which I assume you do, but if you don't, you must. They are they are the pathfinders in the boutique Blu-ray YouTubing game, and I'm honored to have them here. Brother Cass does not have a channel. This is his home away from home on YouTube, right, Brother Cass?
That's correct.
Let's talk VSAs. This was somehow guessed at. Tiger Claws trilogy. I find it very curious that the box set doesn't tell you it's a trilogy. It's sort of a surprise. It looks like you're just getting the first one, but no, you get all three of these films, for better or worse. And it's sort of in the same ballpark as Martial Law. Brother Cal, since you're the VSA diehard completionist, how do you feel about having Tiger Claws in your collection? Do you care, or is it just because it's a VSA, I'll grab it?
Oh no, I actually care. Put the main cover on again, please, Master Chaos, because that's the one that caught my attention. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun.
This is not the movie, just so you know. This is not. They're trying to sell you hard on some other kind of movie.
Yeah, I know. Okay, now when they say Tiger Claws, is it like those old school movies where the guy has a metallic tiger claw and like attacks with it?
No, it's basically like a martial arts move where you just scratch people, and that kills them instantly.
No, seriously.
100. I just saw the movie. I'm 100% telling you the truth. That's what happens.
People and it kills them.
Yeah, he's like a serial killer.
What happened?
He's a kung fu serial killer basically, but he just scratches them.
Oh, well now I don't know. I mean, I guess I bumped it down to I'm a VSA completionist and I have to watch this and I have to own this, but
I hope you like it. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, they're okay. I think the martial law movies are better, but that's
I really enjoy the martial law movies.
yeah. Those are way better. Aaron, what do you think? Tiger Claws.
It's fun. I mean, like these are fun films. This is by far like a million times like the better of the two VSAs. It's not even a contest. We get to see some Cynthia Rothrock in here. Unfortunately, we still don't get to see her like in the lead, but we get more of her in this one than we do in Martial Law. I'm pretty sure, actually. So that's kind of cool. It goes in some weird places, some weird kind of like there's like what's it, the lightning aspect of it, and at least one of the sequels. So it's interesting. They're fun titles. I don't think they're anything that are going to be like super, like super, like kind of like this is my best VSA. But as a trilogy, I'm glad that we got it. Now, please, can you just give us like Channel Brian or something like that? Because that's what I want to see come out from Cynthia Rothrock. Give us a movie or two where she actually gets the lead, for crying out loud. But yeah, this is fun. This is a fun one. Yeah, the first one is I really liked. It's a silly film, and you can definitely kind of like MST it with your friends when you're watching it, because the fact that if this is one I remember, doesn't almost everybody just randomly know martial arts? Because
everybody
like attack people like in like in a public place, right? And
that's
the
everyone
guy just randomly knows martial arts, and the girl knows martial arts. So it's a martial arts film. So I guess that's to be expected. But yeah, it's not their best release, but it's one that I did grab.
I will say I grabbed it initially, and then when I did my Let's Watch on Saturday, I emailed Vinegar Stone, like, I just noticed I ordered 2 of these. Could you cancel one of each, please? And they're very good, and they're very polite, and they said absolutely, no problem. So now only Brother Chaos will be getting his. But that saying that, I will still be reviewing the Tiger Claws as a box set, because Brother Chaos allows me to watch his VSAs, and that helps out. Monty says, "We'll watch this on your Let's Watch first." I suggest you do that. I was able to keep it up, by the way, even though I got a weird copyright strike in the middle of it. I was able to keep it up, so I suggest you do try before you buy on this one, guys. Always, honestly. Tony, Tiger Claws, are you excited?
Yeah. I'll watch anything with Bolo in.
Gotcha.
That's who intrigued me to want to watch this. I didn't watch it on your We Watch. To be honest, Let's Watch. I didn't watch it on the We Watch, the Let's Watch. But I made it through most of TC 2000, but I got sick of all the complaining.
Most of that was from me.
See, I have a friend that ruined Predator 2 for me, because like I love Predator 2, and then he sat down and ripped it apart, and now it's like, no, I can't watch it anymore.
Gotcha.
So
this is the Tiger Claws, by the way, Brother Chaos. It's just
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be kind of like the hand, like from Enter the Dragon, that the guy has missing his hand and he has the prosthetic. That's
right. No, because that would be cool. Oh, he has a dumb haircut in this one.
I think I have one of the Tiger Claws on VHS.
Oh,
I think.
Is it too late to get mine? But my which one do you have, Tony?
I think I have one of the copies. I don't remember.
Just leave it here. On VHS?
I think.
No, man. Well,
I know I have like a few of her movies, but I don't know if it's one of those. Yeah, the third one looks like it gets a little Mortal Kombat-ish, but it could be fun though too. I don't know.
It could be fun. Ooh. Yeah, absolutely. There's another way to find out. Asian movie enthusiast in the house. I don't remember Tiger Claws at all. I did buy it though. Of course you did. I would be shocked if you didn't.
I used to like never blind buy back in the, getting a Blu-ray. So I'm like, I'm never gonna blind buy. That's all I do. It's like you trust the company that much. Like, at least I know it's gonna be quality. And then it's like, this movie sucks. Brother
Right,
Chaos,
but-
want to buy it?
I mean, well, think of it this way, and this is what I think is very special about Vinegar Syndrome. Their movies go up in price. You know, that's something that Severin can't do because Severin keeps reprinting their damn things. You know, you get the occasional Cruel Jaws, but Vinegar Syndrome movies go up in price. I paid $50 for Slaughterhouse with a slip. You know, so it's like it's an investment. So you could blind buy and say, you know what, it wasn't for me. I'll just hang on to it for a year. I can't wait to make some sweet cheddar off of that Camille Keaton box set in a year, maybe 2 years if it sells slow. But
Yeah.
that's just how, you know, that's a good thing kind of about Vinegar Syndrome and blind buying. I think people take risks that way.
Somebody will always want it. Same
I
thing
was
with
able
Arrow.
to keep it up.
I was thinking
Right.
that too while you were saying I was going to go, that's what she said or something, but I didn't.
Right.
Wow, that'd be
Asian
great.
movie enthusiast says, I want to see more Cynthia Rothrock stuff, so I've got to vote with my wallet. Absolutely. I will say at the New York Ninja premiere here in LA, the double feature, the second feature was Yes, Madam with Michelle Yeoh, one of her Hong Kong films. So, and that was, you know, that was brought by Vinegar Syndrome. So I'm guessing they have it or they have access to some of her Hong Kong films now that we have Ebola Syndrome. Maybe that was part of the package. Guest cameo by Brother Cass's cat. So I would not be shocked if we saw a Hong Kong Rothrock box set. I think that would blow the doors off for a lot of people. Because that's, to me, that's when she really fights. I mean, you've never really seen her fight. If you've only seen her American 90s stuff, no, man. The stuff she did with Michelle Yeoh or Righting Wrongs, that's some fighting. And I hope we get to see that real soon. Baby Herman, I wish you well and the best as well, sir. Kubrick says, how was New York Ninja? I did like it. I think it's great. I don't know how rewatchable it is, but it is a fun film. Tony, I know you got it, but you haven't seen it yet, right?
No, I haven't. I thought I pre-ordered it before.
That's right. So, Aaron, did you grab this?
Couldn't afford it. One I'll get down the road, but I couldn't. I was very limited in budget this time with what I got.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to sell it anytime soon because it's theirs. So I doubt that that's going to go away. And I know I got it when Brother Cass was in town, and we watched about half of it, and it just was not for him, right? You did not like New York Ninja?
Yeah, I wasn't enjoying it that much. It wasn't bad, but I mean,
it wasn't for you.
It wasn't what I expected either. Although I knew what it was, you know, because you explained it for me. But
wasn't for you. Just like TC 2000 wasn't for me, and it wasn't what I expected it to be either. Namely, spoiler alert, he's not TC 2000.
Nope.
He's not. Okay, so let's go to this cover. Why would you put this on the cover of a movie and then call it TC 2000? And this is not a Terminator ripoff, a black Terminator? What's happening? What's happening here? What? Stop tricking. You know what? I don't even. Well, if the chat wants to be spoiled, I'll tell you who the TC 2000 is. But if not, I just won't reveal it. But I'll start with Brother Cass again, the VSA completist. TC 2000, are you excited to have this sweaty guy in your house?
Well, I'm very familiar with the cover. I believe that was the VHS box cover that was out for a long time. I've always been more into horror than action, so I didn't pick this one up back when it was at the video store.
Yeah.
But now that I'm back in the VSA, like probably for good, I want to complete the whole VSA line, for better or for worse. I'm going to be the proud owner of TC 2000, and I don't want to watch it on your YouTube, Master Chaos, because I want to watch it. I want to be surprised to watch it in better quality. Yeah, since I own it now. But like you and like many others, I thought this was going to be a Black Terminator from the cover.
Right.
You know, like a Black Terminator, but I I went on IMDb. I did some digging, and I heard it's something about.
Well, don't get that. We're not going to spoil who the TC2000 is.
Oh no.
So don't mention exactly. Don't mention any kind of elements like that.
All right, just that it was something about a post-apocalyptic or futuristic world where the poor people live on the surface and the rich people live underground. And I thought
Right.
that was really weird. When I was thinking that all I want was a Black Terminator, and then so I hope it's at least it's not a chore to get through.
If you like underlit boiler room karate fights, like 1,000 of them, this is the movie for you.
Well,
and again, everybody knows martial arts.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course.
Aaron, TC2000.
Not overly excited. I remember this from back in the day. That was the VHS cover. It is classic bait and switch. It's okay. I mean, much like Brother Chaos, I'm collecting all the VSAs. Though, when they announced this, when I said I can probably wait for a sale because I'm pretty sure it's not going to sell out because it is definitely not one of the more exciting VSA releases that we've had. In the last, this is. I do like the Tiger Claws ones, but again, that's still not going to be for everyone. This is probably going to be even less for everyone than that, especially if you've seen the trailer. Even by watching the trailer, you can tell that this is not. We know it's low budget, but this is really low budget. So think of if you got the Dr. Jekyll Dungeon of Death, but with better kung fu people in it. Kind of people kung fu in a room. That's great, right? So I'll eventually buy it, but I'll buy it on a sale. It's not something that I would blind buy. And wouldn't be a blind. I've seen it, but still not something I would blind buy if you didn't see it. And I'd say wait for a sale price and grab it then.
Well said. Speaking of Dungeon of Death, I watched a Vinegar Syndrome movie last night that is now the top #1 worst thing I've ever seen from Vinegar Syndrome, dethroning Dungeon of Death, and that is the film Runaway Nightmare.
My Cartel, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
it's a weird film, man.
Hey, I'm a fan of Dungeon of Death.
Good. I know you enjoy the Cardonas, and so is Aaron. Aaron also liked Dungeon of Death.
Well, me and my better half had a cracked up watching it. That was what.
Oh my God, but yeah, Runaway Nightmare. Jesus, what a painful experience. There is our. By the way, TC. I will say what TC stands for. Does it sound? It sounds like something cool, right? No, it stands for Tracker Communicator. That's the best I could come up with. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, Tony. I know you only saw half of TC2000 and you've ordered it already. Are you excited to finish this in high definition?
Well, yeah, that's because it doesn't look that good. The movie don't look that good. I'll be honest. It's not. It's a little painful at times. But I am looking forward to seeing it in high HD and everything. And his partner was cute.
Bobby Phillips, which unfortunately does not disrobe in the film, but yes. But yes,
Yeah.
she's really good, and Jalal Merhi, who's also in Tiger Claws, appears in this as a bad guy named Nicky Picasso. Certainly not the coolest bad guy name, but
plus Bolo's on it. So again, it's like I said the other night, it's a Bolo weekend, or a Bolo holiday.
Bolo holiday.
Bolo holiday.
Looks like Billy's flat top is running away from the front of his head.
Oh yeah, it looks like his hair is holding up the words TC2000.
Yeah. Why does the guy not wear a shirt? Because he's badass, Kubrick. Badass guys don't wear shirts.
Because he's so hot.
That would be wearing a shirt right now. There you go.
Exactly. You would just see a whole bunch of shirtless dudes. Right now. I mean, Brother Chaos is halfway there, so you're halfway badass.
Yeah.
Man. Interesting film. And I don't know how much it'll sell out. We're at 5,000 units. Martial Law did sell out between sales. but this remains to be seen. I don't know if this is gonna go well or not for them.
I like the artwork though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artwork's
Uh,
nice.
Speaking of artwork, we'll just briefly touch on the new Rudy Ray Moore box set. I had the movies, so I ended up just buying an empty box. Yes, I did. And then I had these movies as well, and I ended up just buying the empty slips, which I think they raised the price by $1, if I'm not mistaken. I think they might have raised the price.
I think they did. Yeah.
Were they? Or were they
I
always $8?
I don't know. I thought they'd raise them. Brother Cass, do you remember them being a little cheaper than $8?
My memory's not great, but I do remember them being a little cheaper. Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe it was just that one. Yeah, no, $8.
Yeah, $7.99. Yeah.
Aaron, did you get any of this ephemera?
Like in all honesty, I like movies, but like if slipcovers are there, okay. But if I've already got the movie, like I don't go out and buy a slip on its own normally, unless like the cover was like super bad. But the Rudy Ray Moore like box set, for those that don't have that, I definitely recommend it. I got the 4 films. I didn't get the box. Maybe down the road if it's available on another sale. But no, I don't really go for like, I'm not a person that has to have like every slip cover. So if I get a movie and it doesn't have slip cover, I'm not like you. I'm not going to go on eBay and grab slips.
Yeah.
If I got the movie, like unless the slip comes with some special feature that you only get by putting that movie case into a slip, then yeah, no, it's not. It doesn't matter.
Or like magnets.
Yeah.
Or magnets, yeah.
There's magnets there, man. There's another story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're never gonna know. We're never gonna know.
One day we'll know. Tony, did you get you got slips, right?
Yeah, I had all them already. And yeah, I got the Rudy Ray Moore. I had all them too. I think I finished up my Rudy Ray Moore ones probably halfway to Black Friday. I think so.
Gotcha. Well, there's only 4, so you'll know if you have.
No, I know I have them. I made sure before I got the box set, or the box, I should say.
Right. Let's see. Iceman says the full price of catalog releases with slips went up $5 since last sale. Chris says there was talk about them going to 9, but I think they were 8 last year as well. I could have sworn they were $9. I could have sworn they were at one point, and the price looked a little cheaper than when I bought it. But I'm sure they'll give me the right price. Do I flip movies? Yeah. Look at this. You ready? Woo! See that? Pretty sweet. I could do that all day. No, I don't normally, but you know, it's an investment. And unless I really don't like something, and then I find a home for it real quick. We got an I Heart Ninja T-shirt. We got an enamel pin. I know a lot of people were sort of bummed on the merch.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that rack sold out. I'm like, seriously, under $50. Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sold out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's broad. That.
Wow, that was expensive too.
That's for the hardcore collectors.
That's
right.
A real call right there.
The hardcore
yeah.
Vinegar Syndrome got a tattoo on their shoulder kind of people.
I mean, you would have to have
Syndrome.
room for it, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be the main thing. But yeah, sold out. A lot of things sold out, namely Summer of Fear, which we were keeping.
We were watching
big
that
shock. This one, a lot of people woke up and saw this, and too bad, you know. Early worms catch or early birds catch worms.
I believe I have to drop out like in 5 or 10 minutes. So.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do.
No worries. And you know what? Let me jump over real quick to Severin and get your take on Severin before you have to dip. Oh, you had a story for us for Dark Force, you said.
Yeah, I had a quick story. It's not really a story. It's just something funny that I have that forced entry, their original release, but as soon as I heard that it said 10 extra minutes of nudity in this cut, I picked it up.
I don't think anyone blames you because you're a completist and you want to watch the entire experience.
And it has a nice slip cover. The old version I have, and it doesn't have a slip cover. And this one, does. So, yeah.
Well, okay, since you've seen the movie, I didn't get it because it sounded like the ultimate rape film, and that doesn't sound exciting. What is it about?
Yeah, it's just a woman that gets raped, and then I don't remember the rest because I saw it such a long time ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's all we need to know.
That's it.
Okay.
I
Okay,
picked up
good.
Dead Pit, but without
The slip.
the slip. Yeah, because it was only $13.99 if I remember correctly.
Let's see.
The slip is cool, though. I mean, it glows in the dark. I'm a sucker
It
for
is
glow in the
cool,
dark.
but
I didn't.
I couldn't
There's
find it.
something on
I think it was sold out, but when I was looking at for it,
Yeah. Doesn't make it clickable, but it's here.
If I ever get rid of mine, I'll sell it to you or I'll give it to
oh,
you.
definitely, Master Chaos, feel free to share my email with
Absolutely.
any of these both cool people.
I'll say this. John brings up a good point. Dark Force was selling an autographed diaper. They were.
Oh, really?
It's really weird. Ebola says, was Summer of Fear even on sale when it sold out? Yeah, it was. They had they initially had 1,500 copies, then they dropped it to 1,000, and then it was gone. But it's one of those things where you could just go to Amazon and get it for $13 without the slip.
People bought it for the slip. Like literally, this movie's been out for ages.
Yeah. That's why it's one of my early reviews actually on this channel. That's why I was like, wait a minute, Summer of Fear. That sounds way familiar.
And they were only given limit 1 per person.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually 2.
Dustin's got some catching up
lie.
to do.
I was gonna try to flip one of those if I can get 2. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's fine.
We gotta afford these movies somehow.
Yeah, you're not the only one who probably thought that. Before you have to leave, Brother Chaos, give us your thoughts on Severin's Nasty Friday. You and I were there at the sort of the big unveiling of the titles. What do you think of the final sort of layout with the covers and all the bundles and all that stuff?
I thought it was pretty cool. I think Severin tries to make extra cash with the bundles. Like, you want the movie, but then do you really need a sticker and a patch and a necklace for $50 more? I don't think that's the granddaddy of them all right there. I mean, I don't know how many people are interested in stickers and patches and necklaces and bracelets and earrings and all that stuff. But I'll tell you what I did pick up. I picked up Night of the Demon. I picked up Bloody Pit of Horror. I picked up one more thing. An older title, which was a double feature. It was on Blu-ray. It was Axe and I think Coed something. Are you guys familiar with that one?
Kidnapped Coeds.
Kidnapped Coeds. Yeah, I did pick that one up because I read what it was about. I saw the trailer, and I said, you know what? It's Black Friday. You got to do some blind buying. So that one caught my attention, and I picked it up. That's what I picked up. Yeah.
I would throw a solid recommend for Night of the Demon. This is a very steep price though, $34.
It is.
But I will say this, just like Aaron mentioned about the Category 3, they went out of their way to give you a second disc of features, not only about oh my God, Video Nasties. That's the thing. The Video Nasties era itself, but Bigfoot itself, which as a Bigfoot fan, that definitely enticed me to paying full price for it, just because I appreciated the work that they put into it, giving us all those little extra bits. What would you say is a number one get here, Brother Chaos, before you head off?
Night of the Demon, no doubt about it.
Now the Demon over House on the Edge of the Park, because I know you like that film.
Yes, I didn't pick that one up because I already have it on Blu-ray as well. I mean, if I had it on DVD and I wanted the high def, I would have picked this one up. But I have it on Blu-ray, and who put it out? Was either Dark Force or Scorpion? Anyone familiar with the Blu-ray release of it?
Code Red. Code Red.
Code Red. Okay. Yes, I have the Code Red version. And I know Code Red does shit work on their transfers, because I'm a big fan of what was that serial killer movie that with the eye on the cover.
Headless Eyes.
The Headless Eyes, yes. And I picked up their Blu-ray, and it has an option: standard definition or high definition. So I click on high definition, and parts of the movies are cropped. Like there's scenes where you don't see the guy's head. It's like from the neck down. They did a horrible job. Code Red does some crappy job sometimes when they're not interested in a movie. They don't want to give it too much attention. But yeah. Anyway, so
there you go. So you would say probably wait for a sale on that. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's almost $40. I mean, I guess you get a soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, how often are you gonna listen to the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Never.
I do. This guy does.
Yeah, Aaron does. I know Aaron's a big soundtrack guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Brother Chaos, you have to head out?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much for hanging in, and we'll catch you at the next one, okay?
All right, man. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Bye. Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
All right. Now I'll be able to highlight comments and that. No, I still blocked Tony. Sorry. Okay, let's just finish up with Vinegar here. Smut Without Smut. I ended up grabbing it only because I kind of like the idea of satanic porno, and it felt like it would be kind of like just like a fun night of like mixtape madness. I know Tony grabs anything regardless, so I'll go with Aaron.
You kind of talked me into it.
Did I? Oh, okay.
You know, and then when we read about what it was like, or we watched the trailer, it's like, oh, that looks interesting actually, and I like Satan, so that's
right. You do. You're a fan of that. Aaron, is this something that enticed you at all, or you're probably gonna pass?
I passed on it. No, not that's not a decent like fun watch. It's just that when I was limited in fun, so I really wanted to focus on titles and companies that I really wanted to grab stuff of, and I knew that there were certain like VSAs I wanted to get, and I'm a big Fun City Editions guy, so I wanted to pick up some of the Fun City stuff that I didn't have.
Copy that. It remains to be seen. Review on the way from me, and I hope it's a fun night. That's honestly all that I ask. is that it's just a fun watch. This sold out ridiculously fast. $40 VHS. Was this a good idea or is this a weird idea, Aaron?
It's sold out, so I guess for them it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I do have VHS, but no, it didn't entice me. Like I got Spookies like on Blu-ray. It's nice that they put out the Joe Bob Briggs one. Hope to see more stuff like that, but I would have liked to see maybe a Joe Bob Briggs, maybe a Blu-ray or something down the road. Right. But it's interesting. It's not for me, but it's interesting.
Copy that, Aaron. Tony, I know you didn't grab this, right?
No, they did have copies of it when I was on the website, but I was like, oh, that's neat, and I was like, nah, I don't need this. Like again, we got the Blu-ray. I mean, I already have the Blu-ray with an extra slipcover for nothing. Like I like extra slipcovers, but like all I do is put them all together and tuck them on top of it, like the space in between the next shelf.
Right.
Like what movie was it that they had all those slipcovers for? There's a bunch.
Cutting Class.
Yeah, Cutting Class.
Oh, that's insane.
What am I doing? All those same thing with an extra fade to black one. It's all they're all together.
I wish you had contacted me, Asian movie enthusiast. I would have sold you mine for cheaper. But I hope you enjoy it. I know you like your. Well, I guess they're barely Giallos, but I hope you enjoy it.
There's no Giallo in Camille Keaton in LA.
Not really. It's oh my god, not really. No.
Like because I'm thinking I haven't seen all of them, but I don't remember Giallo.
Yeah, it's well.
Wait on Sex of the Witch. Like there's a reason that's the third one. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah. Right, oh gosh. Yeah. Don't start there. You'll kill yourself. Slaughterhouse sold out as well. I'm not a big cassette guy, but apparently a lot of people are.
I think honestly, with some of this stuff, we're getting people that are going to flip for some of this here merchandise, especially the real limited stuff. You're getting a lot of people that are buying to sell.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that's Vinegar Syndrome. Overall, it seems very action heavy this year. You know, well, I guess it's fairly balanced. I mean, I know they count New York Ninja as one of their Black Friday titles, but we've got 1, 2, and 3 action titles, and then 1, 2, 3 horror titles, with Flesh of Frankenstein sort of being the outlier. So I guess fairly balanced. I would say if we had, just for fun, just for shits and giggles, if we had to give it a rating out of 5 stars, what this lineup would be, for me, it would fall somewhere in the middle. Mainly because I have to rewatch and revisit these movies to get a full appraisal. My right now, my feeling is this is a 2 out of 5 for me. It's probably difficult to put that rating on it, but if you guys can, I would love to hear what you have to say. Aaron, what would you say out of 5 stars? What does this feel like to you?
So we got like a solid with Flesh for Frankenstein, good release there. Not so big on, like, I think missed opportunity with the packaging. Still Nice is a fun title. Trauma I really like, but again, I'm a Argento diehard, and I will say that it's probably for diehards.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures is a cool title. The action titles, I think we're going to see more action because that does tend to sell for Vinegar Syndrome pretty well, actually. But for me, it's a 2. I mean, it's not. I can't give it above because I do think Ebola Syndrome is, even for people to like it, it's a missed opportunity in the way that it was produced. I think it was underproduced. Not as in like as amount of copies. I was just way too many copies, but in like what they put on there. And I think Creature is a great film that is hampered by a bad slipcover. Hello, Severed Arm. But we have like 2 solids in Frankenstein and like a Trauma, and no, 3 solids in Steel and Lace. But still, with that, the other, like the category 3 and the slipcover for a Creature put it down to a 2 for me, especially when you add in the VSAs, which are okay at best. And I like those type of films. I like the Tiger Claws films for the insanity that they are. But that being said, I'm not. I would never say yes, definitely go out and buy this. This was Snake Eater. Hell yeah, go out and buy Snake Eater right away. That trilogy's awesome. But
Yeah.
but no, Tiger Claws an okay trilogy. If you're collecting the VSAs like me, it's a 2. I'll give it a 2.5. That, just to be fair.
Okay. Tony.
Well, I haven't seen any of them, so that's like intriguing for me. Steel and Lace looks fun. I think the one I'm looking forward to the most, I don't know, maybe Flesh for Frankenstein, and then Creature, then Steel and Lace. And I'm kind of interested. I always want to watch Argento because, like I said, like, I don't know, it's just something I'm missing that everybody loves about his, like Suspiria, and I'm not a fan.
Okay.
And I feel like I have to keep watching it to find out why I have, like, I didn't like Zombie, even if not. I know that's not Argento,
Wow.
but I couldn't stand it. It took me 8 times watching it, and that's on TV at the drive-in. I actually left early because I'm like, it's terrible. And then when it got to 4K, I loved it. I don't know what the fuck it was. But so I think I need to rewatch Argento movies over and over again. But I'm looking forward to Trauma. I'm always looking forward to that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to New York Ninja. I mean, numbers though, I'd say probably a 3. Because I'm not like, oh my god, like Tiger Claws box set's cool, but give me like a best of the best box set, or or a Bloodsport, and I'm like, oh my god, you know. Yeah.
Yes. Lee has a question. Tony, are you on edibles right now? Did not like Zombie, clutches my chest. Big Zombie fan there, apparently.
I didn't like Lee at first either, but he grew on me.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, there you go. Vinegar Syndrome. I feel like we've covered it. We definitely spent a handful of time. How much time do I have with you guys? I don't want to keep you if you guys are busy.
I'm good
I
so
know.
far. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Excellent. So we'll hop into Severin and discuss the madness that was that took place. Now, I will say for those who watched live, my number one goal was to get my hands on a dick demon, and I spent a good 4 hours trying to do that.
Yeah.
That was a lot. That was a lot of effort for this, but I got it. I'm happy. I didn't want to buy the bundle with, like, as Brother Cal said, all the stickers and patches and bullshit. I ended up also getting Night of the Demon at that price. I felt it was worth it, and I felt like I owed them because I was that video on them did very well for me. And then I got Bloody Pit of Horror because I have a good history with it. This is the actually first title I ever watched connected to something weird, and it sort of got me on the path of Mondo type movies, and so I love the film. It's not a great film, slow at parts, but there's a charm to it that speaks to me, and I needed a really good copy of it. So that's what I ended up getting, and then I added something. What the hell did I add? Nosferatu in Venice. I added that with the slip, and I also added the something that Aaron recommended last time, the Video Nasty's Definitive Guide.
Oh, they're fun. Those are really fun.
Aaron, how was your Severin shopping experience?
Okay. There's a lot of 504 and 505 stuff. I really got to work on the website still. I mean, and their servers. But here's the thing: I really do think that Severin had a better lineup than Vinegar Syndrome did for this Black Friday. I will go and say that right now. Now, that being said, I didn't buy anything from Severin this year. And the reason for that basically is because I'm getting hit a lot with customs fees. And unfortunately, right now, like this, probably one of the biggest years for me for looking at some of the titles. A lot of stuff I wanted, but I couldn't grab anything from Severin this year. I do want pretty much almost a lot. Well, as we go through, I'll let you know which titles I wanted, and that I will grab down the road. So I'll definitely be grabbing a lot of the stuff that's here, and I do that production wise, and so when it comes to some of the releases, they have done a very good job with what they put out. Now that being said, it was a bit of a mess with the with the way that the website went. Again, this really has to be I think this is really slowing them down. The people are giving up on Severin. I think it's a shame because they are putting out some of the best stuff that they've ever put out. But they really, no matter what they do, just take the money and put it into to your website, to your server. Really focus on that because you could be so much higher up there. Honestly, for me, Vinegar Syndrome did an okay job on the sale. This was more enticing stuff, but if they had a Canadian distributor, for instance, like Vinegar Syndrome does, I wouldn't have grabbed anything from aside from maybe the Fun City Edition stuff that I grabbed. I wouldn't have grabbed anything from the Vinegar Syndrome sale. I would have been looking because I had the subscription already, so I knew I was going to get those titles. So I would have been looking more towards here. So get if you can do it, get a Canadian distributor, the same as use the people that your friends Vinegar Syndrome do. They're friends with each other. Start working there. Don't go with unobstructed view. I'll tell you that much right now. And just work on your website because that's what needs to be done because they're putting out great releases, but the website crash again. But they handled it better this year. I think they did a better job of handling it than they have in previous years. There has been some time when it's been really they said things afterwards that's kind of been iffy after the really pushing back against their what really is their fan base. So they didn't tend to, as far as I know, they didn't do that this time around, which is good. They learned from last year. Last year, they made some big mistakes with public relations. That's very important. But I think they did it right when they actually came back to, okay, we messed up. Here's $20 coupon. And I'll be honest with you, that I'm sure it'll work better than the Cardona 15 coupon, which literally, because you couldn't put more than one coupon on an item on Vinegar Syndrome, I had to make 4 different orders for literally 5 titles in total because Vinegar Syndrome's coupon system is so fucked up. You know, I think I'm going to get this this Primetime Panic box set. Oh, Primetime Panic 50. I'll put that in there. Got that. So maybe I use the extra $15 to get another $15 off that. So to really lower it down. Oh, I can't. Okay, it's just $15 off now. So I got to take it, $15 coupon, go back in, put on the other one. Like it was a bit of a mess. So they both had some what I would consider slight technical issues when it comes to their site. It's just that Vinegar Sims weren't so out front. You could order stuff, but the coupon was a bit of a mess.
Yeah. Speaking of the coupon, do you think it's going to have, limitations? Like, for example, $20 coupon, everyone's just going to hold on to it for the halfway to Black Friday, or it'll be like, no, you can only use it in January, or, you have like a 2-month window and then it expires. Do you think they're going to do that? Or is it literally, here's $20 for whatever? Everyone's going to put it into, don't go in the house, but do you think there's going to be stipulations on that?
I think there should be. I mean, like, I don't think there should be like a carte blanche coupon that lasts for a year. You know, but do it for like, maybe put a 3-month like a window on the coupon. That's there you go, right there.
Yeah.
Do that, but I wouldn't say, okay, yeah, go out and say, yes, this coupon is good for a year, and people are upset that a coupon's not good till the next sale. Like, in all seriousness, no, I wouldn't have the coupon be there for the next sale. Just business wise, like pure business. $20. It's a nice cut if it can go on everything. If it's like, oh, it's $20 on over $100, that's a bit of a kick in the ass if they do that. But if it's just a $20 coupon that you can use on anything, fantastic.
Right.
It's a really good way to go about like getting some good faith. If the limit what the $20 is used on, and I can understand, said, okay, you can't use it on maybe the newest release or something along that lines, but no, I mean, like, it should be just a coupon that you use and you can pretty much use across the board. Give it a 2 to 3 month window for you to use it. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm pretty sure they'll play fair with that, but I don't expect it to last till the next sale. No. Tony, sure. Severin, what do you think? What did you end up grabbing from here?
I ended up getting the Blu-ray package. Yeah, that one.
The nasty bundle.
The nasty bundle. I've been liking a lot of Severin's titles lately. Like I've gone through what I have and I put it in. It's like chances are I'll like a Severin title. They're all kind of different. They're all like there's some really weird, then there's like really weird, and it's just they're fun. But Night of the Demon, I never saw it before, but like that, I guess it's the covers really. They're the kind of covers that make you want to watch the movie, and not even knowing anything. It's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna get this. I trust Severin for the most part. But yeah, I was almost going to get the big set, and then I thought to myself, what the hell do I need, those books for? Like, I wanted the post-apocalyptic one because that's my thing, but like I didn't really need Night of the Demon, the book. It's cool and all, but I don't really need it. Stickers and all that, they're cool looking, but like there's only so many places I could put them.
Right.
And all that other stuff. It's like, it didn't seem like worth it to me. And like, if there's t-shirts or something, it's like, they're not going to fit me. So I don't even bother with this. I guess I got those. I got a couple older titles too. I got those Kung Fu Trailers ones.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple other ones. I can't remember what they are right now. I can't find the email. I was trying to look to see what I've got.
And you grabbed the Dick Demon, right?
And I grabbed the Dick Demon, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you kind of talked me into that one. Like, you didn't tell me to, but you just were going, oh, I gotta get my Dick Demon. And I'm like, what do you mean a Dick Demon? He has a dick in his hand. Oh my god! And then watching that part on the movie, then it's like, okay, I have to get the Dick Demon.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be kind of neat to, I'm sitting here and I just have this Dick Demon, maybe in the shot, like somewhere up here, and they're like, what is that? Oh, that. Well, funny thing is,
that's when Bigfoot went to get burritos.
Yeah, he's bringing back a burrito.
He's bringing back his little burrito to eat in the woods. Like, what was he gonna do with it? I mean, Bigfoot's gonna eat that. That's
Yeah.
weird. That's a strange thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, I think this is probably the best deal. If it wasn't for the fact that almost all of these are terrible movies. Ballad and Blood is almost unwatchable. I couldn't get 20 minutes into it. It is just atrocious.
Really?
Oh, it's so bad. Black Candles is slightly better. It's very reminiscent of Satan's Blood through Vinegar Syndrome. It's just a very sexy Satanist movie, but there's not much to it. Forbidden Door, I wasn't a fan. I know if you're still here, Eric, I know Asian Movie Enthusiast was a big fan of Forbidden Door. I thought this was kind of a mess. And Halfway House I haven't seen. And this, I'm not a big fan of torture porn type movies. To me, the two standouts were this. But I hope when you get around to watching them all that you enjoy them, Tony.
Thank you. I won't get back. I won't get.
I'm disappointed that the book is again U.S. only. That kind of pisses me off. They did that for the post-apocalyptic book originally, and then they said afterwards, "Oh no, now it's not U.S. No, because they didn't sell enough or they messed up, whatever. Now we're going to sell it to people outside the U.S." So that kind of peeved me off a bit because I am a book person. My Christmas gifts this year are almost all books. There's barely any movies. But so I was very disappointed that the book was. I said they're not going to fuck up with this again, and they did. 4 of the 7 titles there, I actually do enjoy. Like Black Candles, again, a weird film. Uses dreamlike logic, so it fits in with like my Phantasmist style of film, and it's Jose Larraz, so it's well shot. That's for sure. Again, House on the Edge of the Park, for that style of film, I think it is definitely the top in my mind for that era of film, and probably the best I've seen with David Hess. And also a lot of people disagree. They're like Last House on the Left, but I think House on the Edge of the Park really is just really well done. And again, Night the Demon, another one I want to own, and the one with Mickey Haggerty there, and I can't remember the name, and I can't see the damn title right now.
Oh, Bloody Pit of Horror.
Yeah, Bloody Pit of Horror. I love that film. Utterly love that film. Ballad of Blood, don't care. Didn't keep it. I don't really want it. Forbidden Door, no interest. Halfway House, I'd get it on a sale, but I wouldn't buy it for regular price.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the sale for Halfway House, but I feel like I know a guy who gets a ton of this stuff here, so I might just ask him if I can borrow it, and then I'll decide that way. Try before you buy, my friends. That's what I preach here. I mean, I feel like we've covered Severin, especially since Aaron wasn't able to really grab anything here.
Yeah,
it's interesting. And they love their merch. They definitely went merch crazy. The mask sold out.
I would have loved to get the mask. That's the one piece of merchandise that I would have loved to have gotten. And see, that for $150, I get. Like buying the the Vinegar Syndrome like case for $150. Yeah. Hell no. You $40 to get somebody to make that for you. By the way, if you want to get it made. But the mask, that is something unique.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
but I do like the books. Don't get me wrong. I do get books, but it'll just pile up and I have nowhere for them, and then
right.
It's hard for me I have books that I want to like horror books that I want to get rid of, but nobody wanted them. But I don't know if I want to read about Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's cool they're there, but I know me, I'll never read them.
Yeah. Same with me. I used to read all the time, and now I have zero time. Maybe I get a chapter in a night or something, but it's become very difficult to find time.
I'll charge this, and then it'll die, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't used it. And then I'll charge again, and then all of a sudden I want to read, and then I don't do it, and then I have to charge it again. This goes on and those things hold for a long charge.
Right.
I'd rather a book, hold the book, but
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, physical, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
Aaron, what are your thoughts on this special out of print title section where things are seemingly limited, but surprise, they're not?
Hmm.
It's good that people get the chance to get them. I mean, like there's certain titles that are limited. Bahia Blanca is one of those that never ever came back, really. Um, but there's titles here that are worth picking up. I mean, like if you are a Jess Franco fan and you haven't picked up Shining Sex, this is the one with the CD. And if you got the other one with the CD, then it's a 2 CD collection. That's half the CD set right there. $28 isn't bad for this. It's a 2 disc set, and it comes with a slipcover. It's a weird title. It's not, but I like that era of Franco. So just know that going in. I think that all 6 of these Franco titles are ones that people like definitely should own if they're collecting his stuff. It's a cool one, but there's a few that are interesting. Beast in the Cellar is one that I picked up during the last sale, and I picked it up because of the featurette. Because I'll be honest with you, Beast in the Cellar is a bit of a slog to get through. It is a bit of a slower title, and if I was to tell you, oh, this is an exciting, really fun, fast-paced or film that's going to keep your interest all the time, now you maybe go and get a drink or a cup of tea or a snack during this movie. That's it's the kind of the truth of the matter when it comes to it. But it's an interesting title and it has a place in history. This was literally at my not this version, but there was a version of it at my local Walmart for like $5 recently.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's 4 films and Beast and Sour was one of them on this on a set of 4.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's interesting, but not.
I almost grabbed this because I didn't last time, and then I actually found it on YouTube, hosted by Elvira. So I'm watching that now.
And No Way Home again. That's another one that I picked up during the last one. But if there's one that I will say over anything else, if you're not Franco, friends, and Franco, and Shining Six isn't your thing, then the one to pick up is Tales of the Uncanny. Yeah, the 2 disc set of this one, you get the extra films, which is actually really cool. It is a cool documentary, much better than I thought it was going to be. It is very much a talking head documentary done in its time, but it's neat for a couple reasons. One, if you love anthology films, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of information dumps on anthology films, top 10 lists, all this kind of really cool stuff in this one here. Even like top 10 on like segments, not just films themselves, but actually segments from different anthology films. Also, this is a documentary that was done and made during a specific time in our history when things had to be done kind of differently. This really is a showcase of how things were at this point in time, and it is really an interesting documentary. I recommend it, and there's actually some really cool little films on there as well. So that's my top recommend in that out of that list.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's the one I would do. I'm getting a little crosstalk. I'm not sure if that's me or not.
Talk again. I'll see if it's me.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, now I don't hear it.
Yeah, I don't hear it now. Anyway, yes, I will concur. The Tales of the Uncanny is a must. Really enjoyed this, and out of this whole thing, that's the one I would grab. I will dissent on Shining Sex. I recently saw this and I thought it was just awful. This is. But I'm not a Franco guy. But this was just painfully bad. But that being said, one thing you must get that is Franco. It's not on sale, and of course there are pages all over the place in terms of organizing whatever.
It's a bit of a mess. New pages. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Franco Noir, 100%. Oh, here it is. Franco Noir is amazing, but if you like Franco for Shining Sex type stuff, you're not gonna like this. But this to me proves that Jess Franco at one point in his career really wanted to be a filmmaker and shot the hell out of a movie, and it's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal on all levels.
I gotta disagree. I think if you like Franco at all, whether you like Shining Sex or you like one of the other ones, you're still gonna like this because this was him pretty much at his peak. But this is the thing. This is what a lot of people like. They get caught up with. Okay, there's the sex and there's the kind of close-up sequences and stuff like that. But even the worst Franco film shot extremely well. He's a master when it comes to that. He can direct, he can shoot, and he does. It's just with these here, he definitely was working on with a different style. This is what Orson Welles got interested in Franco. This is why he worked on Chimes at Midnight, was because of these films right here, and it really really shows. I mean, like, but Franco's one of those guys that you can't watch one Franco film or even 5 Franco films. It becomes like, after so many, I find you it's like a cult. You become like, okay, wait, this is what's going to happen. I can see this coming, and it's almost like a comfort food. But it's a well shot comfort food, and it's a beautifully rendered, like with some great locations too. Like whether you like some of those films or not, some of those are shot in some beautiful locations too. So if you want sexy new travel logs, there you go, right there.
Yes, and for those of you who don't know, Shining Sex is kind of a science fiction movie. That's as far as I'll go. And give me any spoilers on that, with 50% more vagina close-ups than your normal alien invasion movie. I would say 100% more than normal. Gosh, what? Yeah, interesting. So that's. I mean, I feel like we've got sort of Severin figured out here. It's weird. They certainly, I think they've got as much merch as they have films. You know, in terms of the material. So let's give it a rating out of 5 stars. Again, because there's only 2 that I'm really excited about, but they did do the Dig Demon. I'm leaning towards 3 out of 5 for me. You know, Bigfoot holding a wiener, I think, wins Black Friday for me. Aaron, where are you landing here? I'm
kind of like with you on this one. For me, there's like 4 of the 7 titles that do interest me. I already own Black Candles. That's the problem. I think that the features look to be well produced, and there's a lot of features on here. Having the CD and House at the Edge of the Park, that's Riz Ortolini, so that's always a good thing when you're looking at CD soundtracks. The features, especially on Bigfoot films and the Demons, again, a lot of fun, bloody pit of horror. So I'm going to go with 3, and we also got the mask there. There was a very limited supply of that, and the statue. I like the fact that they don't just like put out the films, but it seems like they've actually supported the films that they put out, whether it's going to be with like novelizations or statues or books or stickers or posters or whatnot. There's always something that adds a little bit to the fun. So just get your website worked at Severin, because this was a really good year for you, except for this.
Yeah. Except for the 504 debacle.
Yeah.
Tony, what would be your out of 5-star rating for these guys?
Well, I'm looking forward to everything coming in. So, if I didn't spend all that money on a subscription, I probably would have bought one of those masks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because it's cool. I mean, I like masks. I collect masks. But I'm glad I got this statue. Well, how many was there? Was there like 100?
It was 100. Yeah, it was 100 for it by itself, and then 100 with the bundle.
Okay, yeah. So we are owners of that. Well, not yet, but we will be. And I paid. You talked me into paying the higher price for the shipping.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that you have to. They basically hinted pay more for shipping, or we won't give a shit if your Bigfoot holding a dig breaks. But still,
yeah, because I don't feel like going through that mess of damage, and then
right.
I don't want to deal with it. So, yeah, I mean, out of 3, I don't know. I would probably say 4 out of 5. So, because I'm looking forward to those movies, watching those more than the ones from Vinegar Syndrome, to be honest.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Night the Demon would be top of my list right there. If we didn't get hit with customs, I would have bought that right away. That would have been probably the first thing I watched.
Same. If I hadn't just seen it at the event, I 100% would be the first thing I'd pop in whenever we get it, because as we know.
Oh yeah.
Late January, early February is what I
my birthday in February.
You know what? Because they said, okay, we're going to ship Black Friday first, and then we're going to ship Folk Horror box set and the Nunsploitation box set. which they said is still going to be shipping, on time. And when I had Ryan on from Disconnected, by the way, go check out Disconnected. He's got a great channel. He says that he has an inside source that says that he's pretty confident that they will be shipping on time, and I think it honestly will be a miracle if that's the case.
It'll be the first.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be 100%. Especially if they have to process all the Black Friday first, then apparently a super new box set or shipping box for this thing, plus nasty hat. I mean, this is this
I also am getting those as well, but with the folklore thing, I think I got the bigger package with that. So I did get all the stickers and shit.
Oh my god!
I think I was just like, fuck it.
I would have totally got that if I had the money at the time. To be honest with you, I would have grabbed that.
Yeah.
Well, I
have
think
the Nun one coming.
Oh my gosh! Well, hopefully, I decided to opt out of the Nun one, just because I don't know. To me, the shipping and the tax kind of killed it in terms of price. But I got the Haunt box. I luckily honored to have a subscriber actually donate and help me cover the cost of that because
I need that subscriber. Send them my way.
Don't know. YouTube does not let me monetize on here, and so Master Chaos is here just for fun. So if you feel like you want to help out and support, I appreciate it. Links in the description. It'll certainly aid in everything.
Well, unlike him, this is the only way I make money. So please go to my channel and give me all of yours. No, I'm just kidding.
So real quick, actually, let's touch on Dark Force super quick. They just kind of released 2, which I ended up picking up because well, first of all, I'm a sucker for animal movies, and snakes scare the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
So I ended up getting Fangs. Did you guys buy anything from Dark Force?
I didn't.
No. Like would I buy from Fangs if this was from anywhere else? Yes, I would. Well, it's under Dark Force. They're still too sketchy. It's still. I feel like I gotta to have a shower. Like go on the Dark Force website. They were literally selling autographed diapers. Like what the hell, guys? There's.
Oh my
I know
gosh.
what they're going for. I don't think it's working for them. I mean, I think it's like going to shoot them in the foot as always. But I wish that like every time a Dark Force title comes out that I want, I'm sad because I would love to buy it from another company. Because I would have bought Fangs. Forced Entry, I think, is Tanya Roberts, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, like it says 10 minutes of more sex, but 10 minutes of more sex than Sex of the Witch was painful. So,
yes.
I was like, please get sex over with. I just want to finish this movie. So I don't know. I don't remember Forced Entry that well. I know I've seen it.
Right.
It's a bit of a roughie, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. I wish somebody else, maybe Kino will put some of these out down the road. I'm not sure if Kino's going to do 4th Century, but maybe they'll do a deal with Kino, and maybe I'll be able to buy it then, and it won't feel so bad.
Yeah.
But as for living in Canada, it's a good place to live, man. It's just the shipping thing, but it's a great place to live.
Well, I'll tell you what, we love Canada, and we almost moved out there actually a couple years ago.
I can see why, yeah.
Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I do.
But Dark Force, they are sketchy, they are weird. But they put out good stuff that I enjoy. And Magdalena recently, I really enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite Exorcist ripoffs, and Blue Monkey. Good stuff like that. And Dead Pit. So I try to support whenever possible. Banker is one I could 100% recommend. Holy shit, $11. Get this. If you guys haven't gotten this yet, I highly recommend this. $11. That's cheaper than I paid for it on Amazon 2 months ago. Get that. That's good. That's a really good movie. It's Robert Forster versus a serial killer, and the serial killer is Duncan Rieger, who's Dracula in Monster Squad. Great.
Zorro.
He's good shit. So that's okay. So I just wanted to touch on that because that's the other kind of label that I dallied with in terms of Black Friday boutiquing. real quick, there's a lot here in the website. It's kind of messy. But Aaron, can you give me your top 3 must Severin films?
Oh, okay. If you do not, well, I think the Frank Noir one's good, but honestly, I like some of the weirder stuff. So I would say if you're getting fights for Frankenstein, you don't have blood for Dracula, that's a fun title. Sansa Sangre is also another like really interesting title. But if you want some more kind of like mainstreamy type stuff, look at the William Girdler stuff that came out, like Grizzly and Day of the Animal. Those are really fun watches.
You read my mind. I was definitely going to go Girdler. Tony, what do you think? What should people own if they've never collected Severin or they're just kind of new to it?
That's what I was looking at. Looking at what I have. The first thing I see is Siege. Siege is a very good one. And if you're gonna go with the animals, I'd say I now this is just based on what I saw, obviously, but Day of the Animals was really good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
You want to see Leslie Nielsen not be a nice guy, you're gonna want to see it. And barely shirtless fighting a bear.
Yeah.
Hold on. I was gonna say if you want to go with something like from Australia and just off the wall wacky. What the hell is it called? Aaron, do you know what I'm talking about with Warwick Davison? Skin Deep.
Skin Deep, right?
Yeah,
that's Alive. Whatever.
That was them, right? Or am I thinking? Okay, that movie is really weird, but you want to see Warwick Davis throw plates at everybody while on a side of a truck. Definitely say that one. I'd say that one.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, those 3 for sure.
Good.
There's there's a bunch of other titles that I would say, like honorary title is the Wax Mask. That was
great, like well produced. What amazing features on that release.
Yeah,
the Lindsay box set too.
Yeah. In Master Cal's fashion, I will say I didn't like Wax Mask, but there's plenty of amazing nudity in that film, so maybe it is worth a watch. For better or worse. Okay, my 3. I'm gonna spread the sort of the gamut of taste. If you want sleazy, go with the classic Sinful Dwarf. This is one of their early releases. It is a wild little movie about a pimp dwarf. And it is as sleazy and gross as this cover says it is, and it is quite a bit of fun.
The bonus adult film on it's really good too.
Oh yeah, you know what? I have this on DVD, which I think didn't come with that, but yes, great, really fun watch. That'll definitely put you in the Severin state of mind. Burial Ground, in terms of Italian horror, great zombie film involving one of the most disturbing mother-son sequences of all time.
I have that one from 88 Films.
Yeah. And then lastly, in terms of just kind of good American films, Devil's Reign is a solid ass, devil worshiper movie that somehow, Aaron, you can speak to this as well. As a writer, it's hard to keep a story propulsive and keep the narrative moving. But somehow this movie with a small cast and almost no locations really offers an almost nonstop story of good guys versus devil worshippers with some really great practical effects. I'm going to assume you're a fan of this one, Aaron.
I'm a huge fan of this film, actually, and for all the reasons that you just stated. It's extremely well written. It's lower budget films, but great cast. It's pretty much the pace is kept. And I really, really enjoy Devil's Reign. And somebody mentioned Skinner, and hell yes. Skinner. Not just for the film itself, but the features on Skinner. Oh yes. And as you mentioned earlier on, if you have not picked up the Video Nasties documentaries, like Severin are the king of like these documentaries. They do some amazing documentaries, and these Video Nasty ones that they imported from Nucleus Films, both the first one and Draconian Days, which might even be better than the first one. I'd say get both of those.
Excellent. So we're going to bid adieu to Severin. The sale is still up. So if you guys want to go back there and have some fun, well, there you go. Tony's got them. You guys have a few more hours to dive balls deep. Actually, do they? No, you got about 30 minutes because I think it's over
Yeah.
at
Oh, wow.
9 p.m. for me. So you
Oh,
got about
boy.
30 minutes here, guys. Okay, so Vinegar Syndrome recommendations. We got to. I'll start with Mr. Vincent himself.
I haven't been called that in a while.
To me, you're always that. But
for the best out of them all, like just fun, just for all out fun. Steel and Lace and Creature for the newer stuff. If we're
Okay.
gonna go with the newer stuff. If we're going through like all throughout,
Yeah.
Incubus is a great title. I think Incubus is extremely well done, very well shot. Like there's some great camera work in Incubus that I recommend that you check out. I would say A Woman's Torment. It's not just an adult film; it also has an R-rated, kind of like a softcore version of the film on there. It's a very unique, very weird kind of Repulsion style film done by Roberta Findlay. It's probably some of the best work that she ever did. And the actress is really, really unusual and strange. And I really enjoy some of the acting choices that she makes within this film. But it's really, really different. And if you haven't picked it up, 1,000,000%, it's always one of the big ones. I was on Just the Disc podcast a few times doing Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and A Woman's Torment was one of those that I had always recommend to people. That one for sure. And just for the kind of, I'm not Raw Force, if you for that all stuff, if you really want just like the crazy Vinegar Syndrome stuff, like there's Raw Force out there, but there's a lot of really good, like honestly, titles from Vinegar Syndrome, especially the earlier years. And the Forgotten Gialli Volume 3, it's the best of the 3 box sets that they put out, bar none. Like it's not even close. Like the other 2 are good, but the 3rd volume is solid across the board.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd recommend that volume.
And it's not selling very well, though. I mean, maybe just because they bumped it up by 1,000, but it hasn't really dropped.
It's a shame. I mean, because this is like out of the 3 of them, like the last time the 2nd volume like went out of print during the sale, and
right,
it's the box sets are really nice. You don't want to get stuck with the slim line, guys. Get the box set, Scanner's Cop 1 and 2, right there. I love that. One of my favorite releases of the year, actually.
That dropped under 1,000, guys. But that looks like that might hold till the sale. However, this is going to be one of those titles that come halfway sale, everyone's going to target Scanner Cop.
Exactly. And
So
right
get
now,
it now.
for the partner labels, look at Fun City Editions and Utopia specifically as 2 companies for partner labels to grab. If you've never picked up I Start Counting, get that in your life immediately. It's a great one. Standard release, doesn't matter. Really good film. And of course, Rancho Deluxe is one that I got to get to because that's a fun title.
Rancho's great. Yeah, that was really great. Yeah, it still hasn't dropped, so this will be here for halfway. For better or worse. Tony, what are your recommends? What should people be grabbing? Yeah, you can just do like top 3.
Top 3.
Well, whatever comes to mind. Why don't you think about it? I'll go through mine.
Yeah, come right back because I only could pick 3.
So what I would do is I'm going to give you my trilogy. This is 3 movies that blew me away from Vinegar Syndrome. Number 1, Sudden Fury. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Aaron and I were filmmakers, and when I review something, I always come from that perspective. This was something that surprised me. Great writing, great pacing, great directing, stellar across the board release. Like almost like this is too good for Vinegar Syndrome. Almost fantastic thriller. I don't want to say too much about it, but it is a nonstop, breathless shocker with twist after twist, and it's just breathtaking. If you don't have it, get your hands on it. Another one that I just watched that was recommended by everybody is The Candy Snatchers. I was hesitant at first because it has to do about child kidnapping and things like that, and I just, as a father, it just grosses me out to watch stuff like that. But I gave it a throw, and I'm glad I did. It is phenomenal. Great writing, great pacing. Another non-stop movie where the tension ratchets up, the twists come hard and fast, and you never know where you're going to go or how you will end up. And it is a masterpiece. So much so that this is another one title went up on eBay, and I grabbed it with a slip. because I wanted to have the perfect package for it. Great movie, must watch. Lastly, it's not on sale, but you need it. This is a masterpiece. This is a recent release, my favorite Vinegar Syndrome title from 2021, Shallow Grave. It's $28, and it'll be on sale for the halfway, so you can wait. But you need it. You will love it. If you want to try before you buy, it's on Tubi. So feel free to give it a watch. But I think you're going to want to own this one. This is a very rewatchable, very tense movie. And the three that I suggested are very sort of outside the box for Vinegar Syndrome because they're not horror or sleazy. Well, I guess Shallow's a little sleazy, but well, I guess Candy is a little sleazy too. But in terms of like grindhousey kind of movies, these are just phenomenal Hitchcockian thrill rides that deserve to be not only watched but studied.
They're must. They're like 100% must.
Yes. Tony, what do you got for us?
Well, I would say one of them would definitely be The Caller. Great movie, a great atmosphere, and a very, very surprised ending to me. Like I did not see it coming. Fantastic. I'd probably say
it's at 146, guys. Don't worry, they will reprint that. There'll be more in stock, so it's not leaving.
Unfortunately, a couple of the ones I would say are you can't get; they're out of print. But I always think like this of Body Melt. That's another Australian film, very weird, like gross, like street trash kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I actually prefer Body Melt over street trash.
I do too.
Yeah, it's I have yet to see a bad Australian film. I know I'm sure there's one out there.
That's good.
Yeah, I love, like, every time I see one, I love it. But that one I would say, and I guess for like stupid fun, Demon Wind.
Oh, okay, yeah. Demon Wind is a wild one.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Magician.
Yeah.
Demon Wind is the wild one for sure. Yeah, this is a really fun movie. I hope they put out Demon Warp one day. That would be amazing. It's such a good movie. One that I would steer you away from, you guys can start thinking of something you might want to steer people away from. Runaway Nightmare is just junk. Stupid. It's on Tubi if you want to watch it. It's the Blu-ray's out of stock, but the DVD is here for some reason. You wanted that. Stupid. And Surf 2. I would say Surf 2 is a pretty painful experience. But not for everybody. And wouldn't you know it?
Over
this is what started the trend for me.
But see, that's not an actual butt on it. Like Steel and Lace doesn't have an actual butt, so there you go.
That's true. So they may get away with it. Aaron, what's something that people should probably steer clear of?
Actually, just put it up on screen.
Okay, good.
Surf 2 is my choice. I thought I was going to like this. I really did. And I watched with my cousin. I usually enjoy movies a lot more, and I'm watching them with my better half, my cousin. But we were like kind of baffled with the film and with the acting, especially considering there was a couple of genius shots with the two houses.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
But it pretty much began and ended with that shot for me. So Surf 2 is one that, again, no, I really didn't get into it that much. And I'm going to say it, like a lot of people are going to probably, a lot of people are going to disagree with me. And, it's subjective, right? Pandemonium was a bit of a slog, too, to get through.
Okay.
I expected, a lot of good actors in Pandemonium. And I'd seen it before, and I knew I kind of really wasn't big on it when I originally watched it. So watching it this time, it didn't change my mind. If anything, it made me realize, this isn't for me. I was iffy on Wacko when it came out. I thought, okay, Wacko kind of grew on me, but Pandemonium made me realize how much more I liked Wacko than this film right here. It was a bit painful. Like Humor was. I guess it didn't work for me. I will watch Student Bodies a million times.
Oh, that's a great one. I love that movie. Tony, what should people not be spending their money on?
I'd go straight to The Fear.
I like that.
Oh,
That was kind of a bummer.
It's polarizing.
oh, it's like all over the place. I'm sorry, the echo. I hear it again. Oh, now it went away. I thought I was gonna like it, and it just. I think the Blu-ray kind of killed it for me too, because you could see it's a guy in a suit. You know, I just didn't like it. I just did not like it. So steer clear of it. Wow. Steer clear of it. I'm very tired right now. I'm very tired.
No, it's all right. Well, we're gonna wind things down here. I think we've covered the aftermath. I think we've covered all the sales. Question from Macabre Cafe. We didn't talk about Laughing Dead. I have a review on the channel. So feel free and check that out for further details. I hear an interloper. Hello. Oh, good night, buddy. I'm almost done. Hey, look, everybody. Hey.
Good night, everyone.
You guys are live. I'll be right there. Okay. 5 minutes. All right. Love you guys. Oh, read and I'll put you to bed. All right. I love it. I would just say briefly, I didn't like Laughing Dead. Aaron, have you had a chance to watch this yet?
No, I mean I'm working on some review copies right now from Mill Creek that I got. So I'll eventually get to Laughing Dead. I remember it from I've never seen it. I remember it from back in the Gore Zone days. I remember seeing articles in Gore Zone magazine, but it's like I'll be honest. A lot of people love the super gore stuff. Dude, I'm getting a bit older. It's not the real good. Look at the extreme gore, and that it just doesn't do anything for me anymore.
I agree. Jim has a good point. Dark Tower is another one that you must not buy. It is just awful.
But Jenny Agutter.
Yeah, but so I mean, she barely factors into the plot. Oh man. After everyone complained, no one's said to stay away from the Cardona set. I mean, I think that goes without
saying. It goes
exactly.
It should go without saying. It's like it's 100% for me. It's the worst thing they ever put out. I'm like Surf 2 was right up there, but at least I got through Surf 2. I own the Cardona set. Like I paid for the Cardona set. I've watched one of the films and about 1/4 of the other two, and I could not get through it. So, yeah, and it's not going to be one of those where you can buy it and like, oh, that's going to be worth a lot down the road until it gets really low. And guess what, guys? It ain't getting really low. So yeah, stay away from that one unless you're really in need of a fridge magnet really bad, and there's like none in your area.
Right. And you want to pay whatever the hell it is, $40 to have it.
It's a big magnet.
It's essentially what it is. Okay, that'll be a wrap on the Black Friday Aftermath 2021. What a great lively discussion this has been. I'm honored to have these guys here as always. Aaron, let's hear a little bit about your channel. Most people know you, but go ahead, give us your pitch.
I'm Call to Cinema basically, and I'm going to be running a little bit different. Next year, I'm going to be looking at a lot more, some higher price stuff. I'm going to be looking at some more Criterion, BFI, Eureka style releases. So I'm going to be shifting a bit of the focus. I will still be doing a lot of the crazy stuff with the Vinegar Syndrome and the Severin, mostly during sales or when there's something that I'm really interested in like actually talking about. I found that I've stretched myself into the point of like there's certain films that I talk about at the point, and I'm not as excited about them anymore. So Call to Cinema is pretty much it. We do cinema, we talk games, we talk comics, we talk everything. We do a lot of live shows. I do a Patreon. I have a little bit of a little merch store. If you're a Franco fan, there's a Franco T-shirt that's going away after at the end of the year, so that won't be coming back. That is limited edition, and check it out.
Excellent, and links will be in the description forthwith. I'll drop that in there. But Cult of Cinema, search it, you'll find him, and there's tons of content for you to Tony, tell us about who you are and why you are and where you are.
Well, Mr. Tony of the Dead on YouTube. I review a little of everything from time to time, mostly horror, but I'm kind of all over the place. Sometimes I go live. More recently, I'm going to be going live with my wife, and these are the 3 titles we have chosen. Well, she has chosen. We're going to review Killer Party. She won this one. We're going to do first, The Severed Arm,
Nice.
and then also Gustavo's Last Orgy.
Holy
Okay,
shit!
nice.
Don't
Your wife
don't
has great
watch
taste.
don't watch that with your wife, dude. That is an awful movie.
Well, she
Eh,
picked it.
Oh my
Plus, I
god.
have to
Okay.
review it, so I figure why not.
I can't wait. Actually, you know what? I did get that as a review copy too,
Yeah.
but I'm objecting to reviewing that. I'll put out a tweet and say, hey, it wasn't for me. I didn't like it, but I will. I literally got about 30 minutes in, and yeah, it's not it wasn't for me. You know, my wife is Jewish, and so it's just like, it's in bad taste, this movie.
Oh yeah, I could see that then.
You know, so it wasn't for me. But I hope
Well,
I'm gonna look forward to that review.
I look forward to watching it with her. Maybe
Oh,
I'll make
God.
it better. I don't know. I'm also going to be reviewing this next, Werewolves Within.
That's my favorite horror movie of 2021. Whatever new release, it's so good. You'll love it.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I liked it.
Okay, it's so good. It's so good. Jerry says he got the Cardona set. There you go.
If
Well, good
anybody
luck.
is
Have
looking
fun.
for an extra Cardona set, they could buy it off me. I have an extra one. That's one thing. I didn't buy doubles at all this sale.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's great. Jerry, thanks for joining us. And so Tony, you got those reviews coming. That'll be great.
Yeah.
And we'll have you there as well.
Like I said, Mr. Tony of the Dead on YouTube. Please go over there and subscribe. Let me know that where you're coming from. Like, oh, I saw you on Master Chaos's channel, or Aaron told me about you. One of those. I'd like to hear. I like to hear the stories of how they found me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barrett, I toyed with the idea. It's going to be a real busy week, so I don't know. I was going to release a Mail Day Monday with Brother Chaos, but if I do a Cyber Monday coverage, I won't put a second video up. So it depends. I think you guys probably want to see more Brother Chaos, so I think I'm going to do Mail Day.
Everybody wants more Brother. I want more Brother Chaos.
I'm so glad that people like them. Whenever you introduce someone new to the channel, and you don't want them to be either made fun of or belittled in any way, and so I'm glad that people have embraced him as their brother as well. That's amazing. I love it. Jim says that you are the man.
No, Jim, you're the man.
Everyone is the man, unless you're a woman, in which case you are the woman. Well, you all know me, or I assume you do if you're here. I am your humble Master Chaos, and I love movies. I love it way too much, to the point that I neglect my family, and they're waiting for me for bedtime. So I will have to do that. Aaron, thank you so much. It's always an honor to have you here, sir.
Thank you for having me here. It was always great to be with you guys. Brother Chaos is a great addition to the channel, so he's an awesome dude. And guys, make sure you subscribe to these guys here, because if you're not, you're missing out, because Tony does great stuff. Master Chaos does great stuff. Disconnect is not here tonight. Unfortunately, he's also another fantastic channel. So these guys are the guys to be watching for when I retire.
Oh man, well, hopefully not anytime soon. But yeah. Aaron I consider him, and not hopefully this doesn't sound insulting, but you're the granddaddy, man. You're coming on 10 years, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Next year is my 10-year anniversary for my channel. Wow. And my beard has gone from blonde to gray. So there you go.
There you go. Amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna be here for 10 years, but I'm having fun so far. So hopefully you'll hang in the game a little longer. And Tony, thank you as always for joining me and chatting movies. And I can't wait for your wife to watch Gustavo's Last Orgy.
Yeah, it might be the last one. I'll save it for last for her.
Yes, save it for last, and then just make sure she doesn't have anything nearby to hit you with.
I will.
It'll be a painful experience.
And thank you for having me on, channel. I always look forward to coming on.
Oh man, it's an honor and a pleasure. And Kubrick says, "But the cast is a wonderful guy." I'm glad to hear that. Jerry says, "Time to smoke a bowl and watch Uncle Buck." Awesome. You do you, Jerry. I love it very much. There's never a bad time to watch Uncle Buck. It's a classic.
That's for sure.
And with that being said, let's call it a day. Remember, my friends, I love you. I love you just the way you are. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. This is not always a pretty world, and if we can find a common ground to share some peaceful moments together, whether with art or just with just common good, compassionate feelings, I think we need more of that in the world. So until we meet again, I love you, like I said, and I'm going to borrow this from Aaron if he doesn't mind. There's always another movie.
Yeah, y'all ready?